And the wheel turns once again. Welcome in, builders. This week, we are going to finally get to the most anticipated, the most wanted nation, early age Oceania. One of the two nations that I refused to stream back when we were in early age, and for my own hubris and pride, decided I wanted to do before we did our late age tier lists coming up here on New Year's, so that I could say that we had done every single nation. So here we are. Spoiler on the screen, we're going to do a double take. I do feel like, just like for Pangaea, our, in my opinion, most useful expander chassis is the worm. We are going to use a slightly different variety of this. Not the one shown in the pregame video, which used reinvigoration, but reinvigoration isn't really useful for either the chassis, he doesn't really have fatigue problems, or our sacreds, who also don't have fatigue problems. So I redid it a little bit here. Somebody else also mentioned that they had a lot of fun with a glamour worm, which you could totally do. You start with water and earth as your natural paths, so you could kind of sort of afford one splash path. And instead of going for the double regen, which was quite nice, don't get me wrong, we have so much HP that just normal regen is usually okay. We'll see if I eat those words later. But having a little bit of glamour here opens up a couple buffs that are really, really powerful on anybody, but expanding gods included. Also let me get a little bit better scales than we had before. We have a little bit higher Dominion, which helps out on Expander Gods quite a bit. And we've got Hard Skin. Hard Skin's really needed for Expander Gods, in my opinion, so that's why that's there. We'll talk about him again when we're fully ready to get going. Let me say hi to people. Hopefully, I know it's kind of a weird time tonight. I didn't want to start too late because who knows how long this is going to be, and it's not a Friday, so I weighed between starting at our regular time for streams and starting early, and I think, well, obviously I went with the starting earlier time. Let me scroll up here. Tim, thank you for the spelling correction on the stream. Maybe that was a Freudian slip, though. I had spelled it Capricorns, and maybe we are coping a little bit here, trying to get this through. I'll also say, I think it might have been Tim again. Somebody commented on the Pelagian stream. We actually weren't as close as I thought we were. For whatever reason, Lost Land has to be cast on land. I have no idea why. I'm going to, again, say that that is a completely stupid decision. If anything, Lost Land should require you to cast it underwater. I don't think you should have either restriction, but it makes zero sense to me that you have to be on land to pull things underwater. I think I started a thread on Steam about that last time we ran into that in Early Age Relay, and I'm going to go post there again because I still think that needs to be changed. That is like the give the water nations a chance ritual, and I don't understand why it requires them to be up on land. Tim says, I could have sworn there's a setting when setting up a game that you could change. You have to pre-roll the random maps to get into that, Tim. So I'll show you where the menu spot is before I go into an actual game. It's not the normal regular map. Sea Goats Coast to Coast says Morbid. Well, welcome in, Morbid. Hey, Cygnus, how's it going? Should not be as much of a pain since Oceania is Pangaea, but underwater. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think Oceania is quite as good as Pangaea, but it's definitely better than Pangaea in early age. Like you said, at least we can get up out of the water and do stuff. JB asking why it's showing his name like that. I don't know why YouTube uses my channel as a guinea pig, but sometimes YouTube just makes changes experimentally, and they never ask for permission. They just do things. So sometimes they have it set where it'll just be whatever name you've chosen as your display name, and sometimes they have it as whatever your account name is. I don't know where the setting is, but it's going to be under your Google account. It's somewhere in there that you're going to have to fiddle around to get that fixed. A quick Google search or a Gemini search might point you in the right direction. I know we had a couple people who made adjustments to their names. Unfortunately, it's not a setting I can change. If it was up to me, I'd let you guys have your display names because That's how I recognize people's names, and I really hate it when it switches around because it confuses me. I don't have a lot of brain power, and I definitely don't have enough to remember two people's names for the same person. Hi, Owen. How's it going? Would anyone believe me if I said I had not been a prophet yet? I believe you, I guess. Although I say that, I do kind of vaguely remember us doing it, Owen, but that definitely could be wrong about that. Hey, Sergeant, how's it going? Owen says, "Hi, Babel. Hope your holiday was good." Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I may talk about a little bit more what's been going on in the land of Babel, but I'll do that on our New Year's Eve tier list stream. We'll do a little just chatting before we get into the flesh of that. We doing the fish, horse, man thing. We definitely are. Heat, please. Water elementals are better than ice. Yeah, but the thing is, the cold for us helps our worm because we are going to use Breath of Winter. You could definitely go either way. Maybe for variety's sake, maybe I'll switch that up. It's not a huge deal for us either way. Looking forward to the 3 national spells: Forts, Transformation, and Lost Land. Yeah, well, we're even better set up to do Lost Land because we actually have 3 water here. So we would only need 2 boosters or 2 empowers to get up there on this worm. So he's actually a little bit better positioned for that. I mean, Sacred Hardskin Centaurs are still Hardskin Centaurs. Yeah, they're okay. They don't have Berserk, which is the problem. You're basically getting Amphibious trading out for Berserk, which is fine in our circumstances, but Berserk is better than being that. Babel, why I need to go work in 3 hours. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish in 3 hours, Abby. Sorry. My apologies. I wanted to do this to make sure I'd have my voice back by the time we do our tier list on Wednesday. I am planning on doing another Terra Invicta stream tomorrow, but I can always cut that off whenever my voice starts flagging on me. I accidentally streamed for like 7 hours yesterday. I was just having too much fun. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was Tim who'd mentioned that. Trying to catch up with people. Good evening, Andre. How's it going? Are we seeing Wriggles again? Yeah, we're seeing Double Take. It's Wriggles' brother. Super Muki says, I made a nation in Nation Gen that are pale ones, but every unit is sacred. Oh my. That might help them out a little bit. They have a lot of sacreds anyways, I suppose. Okay, let's go ahead and move towards beginning. Just for the sake of variety, I think I will agree. We're going to do Double Take, but we'll do Double Take with heat instead of cold. Let me back out of there. So to answer the question about the water percentages, if you go into tools here and you go to random map creator, this is where you can change the percentages. Right here, set size of them. I think there's a water percentage. Yeah, water percentage. I tend to find that this doesn't add up to the way the normal maps are generated. That's why I always tout that one of the member privileges, if you're a member here on YouTube, is the file channel where you can download those island maps I rolled up. They're pretty fun maps. I like them. They're bigger than the normal maps that I play. Yeah, it's very difficult. You spend a lot of time, especially if you want to get something specific or cool looking, you could spend a lot of time rerolling maps in here. And then you could save this, and then when you go into creating a world, you can do a loaded map and pick one of those maps that you've pre-made. Ruman says, I have to watch the Terra Invicta, choose an Illuminati like a cultured person. Well, it was a pretty good stream, in my opinion. I don't know if everyone else felt that way, but I thought it was a pretty darn good one. A lot of fun was had. A lot of fun was had. It's very on brand for, what we do around here. Andre, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Congratulations to Daniel, Malax, Dude Cool, Pavlozim, and Magic Goat Blue. Well, Magic Goat Blue, you picked the right stream to hop on in here and get that, since we are going to be using goat power, hopefully, to win here. I don't know how to make... I still don't know how to make maps. It's really complex. There also is another way that you can upload an image. That's how you get those really cool, like, hand-painted maps. and you have to go in and like you add pixels to designate where the provinces are. Because really the Dominions map doesn't care what the picture is. It's just points on a grid, kind of, sort of. So that's how you do that. Okay, we are going to, I think we're going to donut again. I do feel like donut is better for water nations than twirling sea. Sometimes twirling sea gives you 2 or 3 water provinces in your lake, and that's pretty bad. The donut is at least a little more forgiving, although I wish it wouldn't start water nations in the middle of the donut. But we will just make do. We will just make do. Raymond Y says, "Hey Babel, no chance to you play Flashpoint campaigns, is there?" I have not played Flashpoint campaigns. For whatever reason, I mean, I like the genre, obviously, but generally speaking, I prefer the sci-fi or fantasy angles a bit more. So something like Shadow Empires is a little higher on mine. Donut with the donut cave. I hate the donut caves. The entrances are always in stupid places. That's like one of my number one Illwinter, please fix this things. Please, please, please give me a setting, if nothing else, where I can say spread the cave entrances out like you spread out starting provinces. I really wish that was the case. Okay, early age. We're going to hover over this. We're going to hit plus to raise the difficulty of everyone. Can you tell that that blew my mind when somebody let me know that that was a thing I could do? We're going to set it to land nations, but we're also going to force 1 water nation. We ourselves, of course, are going to be Oceania. And I don't really have a super heavy opinion about anybody else. Even if we got Therados, I don't find them as oppressive as some of the other pop kill nations. I kind of don't want to do Relay because we did Relay. So it would be Pelagia or Atlantis. I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to leave it up to random chance. I don't think Therados technically has a water start. I don't think. So I think we'll be all right there. Even if we get them, like I said, I don't actually mind. They're not as bad. Raymond says, yeah, I understand historical war game is as an old job, so I'm biased. Play what you enjoy. Yeah, and that's not saying I won't ever do something like that, because, like I said, I do like the genre. So it's, I don't know, just nothing has ever caught my eye, I suppose. I know Vic, who is the developer of Shadow Empire, has a couple war games, historical ones, and they are supposedly very, very good from people that I respect their opinion on games. The ramp map confuses Mew. I always disable it. The thing is, it's a big balance change if you are lucky enough to start with your back to a corner compared to if you start in the middle of the map. That's usually why I do the wraparounds there. I'll be able to watch the entire stream this time? Well, I'm glad, Owen. Okay. Hey, Dimbones, man, how's it going? Yeah, you didn't miss much, frankly. We're slow rolling our start here a little bit. Someone should make fantasy Shadow Empires. There is one called like Heroes and Dungeons or something. I don't know. I tried the demo during one of the Steam Fests and it didn't really do it for me, but you know, maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it or whatever. So I should probably circle back around and give it a try at some point. Are there any nations that are important to this one? Not as such, really. I mean, Oceania just kind of does their thing. We're not really an influential nation like Atlantis or Relay, who, in my opinion, are the 2 influential water nations. Okay, let's go ahead and boink. Shadow Empires is fantastic. One of the better strategic games. Well, I don't know if you know this, Raymond, but I have done 5 seasons of Shadow Empires. If you like Shadow Empires and you haven't checked those out, season 1 was a lot of tutorial. Season 3 seems to be the fan favorite. Season 5 was all right. 2 and 4 were pretty rough. I played some really hard maps and got absolutely stomped on. But you know, that's part of the game. If I won every time, I'd get bored. Okay, Oceania. Wet Pangea, I still feel pretty confident in saying that. One of the more unique things we have is this Dominion effect. So we get +2 turmoil in coastal provinces, and we get +1 order in other provinces. So we're going to go really heavy turmoil because we have a trait on several of our expensive mages called Chaos Recruitment. And that, for every turmoil scale we get a reduction in cost. And as per some viewer research, it also affects our upkeep, which is super, super good because for 265, this is a fine mage, but if we could get this down to 205 or even lower, we would really, really like that. If we knocked 100 gold, if we were Turmoil 5 off of this recruitment, for 165 gold, this would be a steal of a mage. More so for the Capricorn. Here, it's 500 gold for a recruit, and our Chaos Recruitment is 30. So at a 5 Turmoil, we could knock 150 gold off. 350 gold for this mage is ridiculous, and our upkeep is 400 gold per year. We can get around that by using Transform, like Tim was alluding to. Transform has its own set of problems, though. Sometimes you get crappy chassis. We do need to have we need the research. We need the time to cast it. There's things that can go wrong. So this is a really, really nice thing to have on them. And our Capricorn is not underwater limited. We can get them in coastal forts. It's not cap only. So pretty big advantage there. So this is a really interesting and unique mechanic. I wish more nations had unique Dominion effects. Arco has their scrying. I guess you could call pop kill a thing. People that have free spawn. Those are kind of the main ones. I wish more nations actually had that because I feel like that's a way we can differentiate nations quite a bit. Another thing that makes that really interesting is if you do play disciple games, if you are the lead god, everyone else gets your Dominion effect. So that can be make or break some combinations. Excited for the stream. We'll welcome in Yam Cider. Not a flavor I would have expected, but welcome nonetheless. Can you drown from transforming the water? I don't know. We'll see if we find out. We'll see if we find out. By the local units, I can only imagine how rough battles are going to be. Yes, but at least we're not using turtle warriors. Iktatars aren't terrible. We have a length 3 weapon, so we might get some repels, even though our attack is horrible. We have some armor, even though it's not great, but we berserk. And 30 HP plus berserk is pretty good. And it's berserk 3. So that'll actually take our attack up to 12, and we'll start actually getting repels once that happens. And it'll up our protection up probably to 12. Our armor's not that great. So, well, not really 12. It'll up it to like 13 or 14 on the body and 7 on the head, but it'll definitely help quite a bit there. And then on our sacreds, kind of the same thing here too. They're all right. They're not stellar. Like I said, I would have preferred berserk like the land ones have, but they're not misery. We're gonna go hard skin, so they'll have 10 natural protection. Yeah, and on this version, we're gonna take some defense, so they'll actually have an okay defense there. Okay, now, I did say we would change double take. I am going to take him from cold. We'll go heat just to mix it up. That does keep water elementals, which are definitely better than ice elementals. Ice elementals are just too fragile. Who would have guessed? So this is going to be double take. Very similar to what we just did in Plagia, except for instead of the nature to go for double regen, we're going to go glamour for Shroud of Bewilderment mostly. Shroud of Bewilderment plus Breath of Winter is going to give us a lot of CC around us. We've done Bewilderment on a lot of the glamour northern nations, and it is stellar. It is stellar because not only does it negate the attack that was coming, it gives them a random action on their next turn. They can move, they can attack random targets, which includes their allies, or they could just be stunned and do nothing. So very, very powerful. They have to make a magic save against it. I'm just catching up on chat again. JB confirms if you transform in the water, you turn into a water animal. Now that's good and bad. Yes, it's nice that you don't drown, but that also means if you get an aquatic, you would have to get them an item to get them out of the water. So we'll probably try to do it on land, although it depends on the circumstances, I suppose. Uh, Kenton says, had to double check it. I wasn't crazy and Friday hadn't snuck up on me. Well, it's like Reverso Friday. It's like Friday, but all the good things are gone except for Dominions. Hat items are you shooting for in this nation? We'll see. Whatever we can afford if we get to that point. So here we are. We are going to go 3 turmoil. Again, we are going to have 5 turmoil on land. We could see some crazy stuff. And because of that, I really wanted to go fortune 2 to try to blunt some of the horrific things that are going to happen to us. And by having growth and magic, we're going to cut out some of the bad events because they require bad scales to proc. So hopefully that'll be good. Yes, we did go with double sloth because our troops aren't heavily armored and don't need a ton of production. So that's going to be the plan. Hopefully we'll get some good events that give us lots of nature gems and we'll be able to make use of that. All right, double take. Brother of double lift, actually. Little known fact. All right, let's go ahead and we will load in our settings. So renaming is allowed. Thrones, 10 points to win, 553. Let's go. And for those sweet, those non-existent sweet heroes, I will say, like, it's a little bit weird to me that Ilwinter has put out, I'm going to say tens of nations, and yet some nations don't have basic a couple heroes and a couple spells. I do find that rather odd. Okay, yes, thank you, YouTube. All right. YouTube gets very cranky with the Dominion streams because when I go quiet, it says it doesn't get enough audio, but that's because I can't use the game audio. So there you go, YouTube. Okay, what do we got? Double thrones that are nearby, one of which is in woods. Now, woods are very important to us. Woods are like the most important thing because Grow Fortress requires that we are in forest or shallow seas. 4 nature, which is the recruited nature pathing of our Capricorns. So that's not too bad. 35 nature gems isn't cheap, but it's not stupid expensive. The main thing here is we build primitive forts. And primitive forts for us do not give us an extra commander point. They are absolutely terrible. So if we wanted to get our Capricorn recruited here and we build a fort, it's going to take us 4 turns to recruit 1 mage. If we summon the fort, it actually gives us a commander point. So that would be 2 turns to be able to recruit our guy. So it is very, very important that anywhere that we care about recruitment, we summon in a fort. Like I mentioned, it requires woods on land. So hopefully we're going to see some more water over here. It looks like that's the case. I hope I can summon in 2 forts. And then we have at least 2 here. So coastal forests are incredibly important for us. One of the nations that has the strictest requirements for terrain, I would say. But 2 province cap circle on the other hand, yep. That's not stellar, but that's the experience of a lot of water nations. We started in the middle of the donut, though. What do you guys think? Should we re-roll or just play it out? I'm not... You know what? No, I'm not even going to put that up to vote. We're just going to re-roll. I'm not going to play the middle of the donut. This is totally playable for Oceania, and it might be good if there's a bunch of forests, but I don't think that's going to be the regular experience. So let's just re-roll that one. I'm going to speed through our creation here. We're going to be EA, Oceania, stream, early age. Oh, and I can already tell I didn't change my sound. Let me get that going through my headset. There we go. All right, we are going to do the difficult AI. We are going to do land nations. We're going to force a water nation. We are going to be Oceania. Okay. Okay. We are going to do double take, but we're going to change him to heat. Okay. We're going to load our settings. Okay. Oh, I did twirling. Oh. Yep. Sorry, guys. We're fumbling here. No donut of suffering. Yeah, we were definitely gonna donut of suffering. Well, I mean, that's playable. Okay, I will put this one up to vote. Should we just play it or should we play a donut? I would play this. It's fine. But donut, I do feel is the better map. Reroll, no forest. This does look better. Donut. I don't know what setting Twirling Sea is. Twirling Sea is what we normally have been playing ever since I got off the donut train. Okay, let's do the donut because I do feel that is the better general run. So without saving. All right, third time's a charm. Trust me, I played this game before. We're gonna play the donut, not the Twirling Sea. EA, Oshi. I keep wanting to add an I in there. Stream. Complete game. Early age. Let's see if I can actually get my settings correct. Difficult. We want land nations, but we're going to force a water nation. We are playing Oceania. Okay. We want to load in double take, but we want it to be double heat. Okay. We want to load our game settings, which allow renaming and have the throne setup we like. 1%. That's right. We haven't done a lot of 1%ing lately. Maybe it's all catching up to me. Hey, Chazzy, how's it going, man? Under the sea, enjoy the donut. This time, it go good. Take it from me. I hope it goes good after the absolute schlonging we took as Pelagia on Friday. Dang it! Okay, you're killing me. You're killing me, Dominions. You're literally killing me. What is going on here? What are the odds? Okay, speed run. Any percentage, Babel starts a stream. Early age. Why are you making this so hard for me, Dominions? This is supposed to be a victory lap, not a pain. We want a random water nation. Okay. We want to load. Yes. We want to make it heat. Okay. Want to load my settings. Okay. All right. Fourth time's a charm. Trust me, I played this game before. I hope you had a good Christmas too, Chazzy. In fact, I think last time we really had a chance to talk, you were going on your honeymoon. How did that go? Hopefully you guys had a good time. Illwinter wants you to suffer. Apparently. Okay. We're playing it. And center donut. Don't bring that energy. We already have the donut center. And even a forest. Yeah, and even a forest. Although, hopefully it's a tier 1 throne and not a tier 3 throne. 3 thrones in cap. Yeah, there are some thrones nearby. I mean, also making up for Pelagia literally not having a single water throne. That was pretty ridiculous. Okay, we're playing it. I want... Whoop. I definitely don't want that. Hang on a second. I just hit bad buttons. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Thank you, YouTube. That's very helpful. Okay. Oh, creak. All right. Now, next question. Are we going to use our starting guy as a prophet, or are we going to go up to an Ephroy Lord? Oh, and they also didn't ask. Let me have another sound check. Are we sounding okay today? I didn't make any changes, but we had the incident the other day. What is the difference in the colored water? I assume you're seeing this one. This is a kelp forest. Essentially, it's the same stats as a forest. So forests, if you look here, have good resources. They hinder movement. They have more magic sites. A kelp forest has high income. So it's like special terrain. There is sea, there is shallow seas, and there's deep seas. Deep seas, you do need to have some night vision. Sounds good. Okay. I'm pretty confident that we're back to normal. Some lessons have been learned. Okay. Let's turn on our candles. Okay. How spicy are we feeling? What did we get for our starting research? Conj 1, not bad. Alt 1, good. Evo 1, eh. Construction 1, good. Okay, we lucked out on our research. We did take Magic 2, so we started with an extra 100 research. That is definitely not the worst. Sound is good. Okay, yep. Thank you guys for the sound check. Very helpful, actually. Do we have night vision with this nation? No. Weirdly enough, we do not. God is awake. You can wait for the prophet. We totally can. I don't love these guys. 50 leadership. Again, on weak nations, I don't understand why Illwinter doesn't give you just like a little bit better of a starting army. One of the things that we also have better than Pelagia, we actually have real leaders. This guy's a good leader. 100 leadership, and he has inspirational. Like on Pelagia, we didn't have 100 leadership unit. So that is absolute pain. We have this guy who's not sacred and still a good leader. Like, that is so helpful. There were multiple times where we would have won battles with Pelagia if we had better leadership and we had formations. So I just don't know. I do like Control M to see the distances to other provinces, but you might not find it. Yeah, I used to put it on all the time, Tim, but I did find it too cluttery. I turn it on when I don't understand why something's being weird. I don't know how Illwinter failed to notice it's not worth recruiting the 75. Yeah, I don't know. One thing I would like to see changed for that, I feel like you should be able to gain formations if you get to 100 leadership. So for nations who don't have 100 leadership, you could just build them to make a leadership item. I think that would be totally fine. I don't know. That feels very weird to me. Very weird to me. I would love to see that changed. Yeah, the 50 leadership on the stealth guys makes sense, and I'm fine with that. It's the 75s or the 50s that don't have stealth that make zero sense. Okay, that was a whole lot of talking. What do we got? We have Ermor, who literally threw the game on Friday. If Ermor had attacked Muspelheim, we could have probably salvaged that game. Dido, more like Dodo. Tirnanog, all right. Olm, Pirine. Okay, so they probably have the caves to themselves. And we did end up with another relay. A little disappointing, but I will take it. It's not the end of the world. All right, so we need to find out if they're in the ocean, and if they are our probably second priority. My first priority is trying to secure some forests. We'll see if we can do that. Okay, leader. What do we want? We want probably paying the price and get the good stuff. Yeah, we're probably going to go for the good stuff here. Another thing of note, for whatever reason, this guy's 1 recruitment point, not 2 for some reason. That is really nice. I could get 2 of those if I wanted. I won't yet, but that is just something of interest. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a scout. We do have a 5 gold discount on our scout, which is incredible. Very nice there. And we do want sacreds. I got to remind myself we're actually going to get sacreds tonight. So we can only afford to get 3 of them if we want to do that to start. Let me remind myself. I didn't do any practice games, so I haven't played this nation for over a year. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me. Okay, so we have naked dudes with spears who are undisciplined, and we have naked dudes who have a shield and are undisciplined. Awesome. What an amazing starting army with a bad leader to top it off. Wow, that's incredible. We could get 1.5 of those. God, this is terrible. I think we're just going to go for 3 more crappers. That's not going to matter. We will delay moving this army out most likely 1 turn. So we'll at least have an attack rear set of Sacreds. Yeah, we're not going to recruit these in the future. We're going to use these guys if we want them. But what I really want is Ictars. That's our better troop for sure. Yeah, I do not understand why we have to have that bad of a starting army. Just give us some better troops, please, Winter. Okay, let's research on Double Take. What do we... Okay, let's actually look at what we have for scripts to start off with. So, we didn't have nature, so we don't actually have bark skin. It's really important that we get some protection, so I think we're going to go for alt something. What are other things we want? From having the glamour, some things we really want. Dance of Ephemeral Swords is really good. You get 3 attacks per turn, and they deal false damage. Not terrible for sure. I don't think that is as good as Shroud of Bewilderment, though. So Shroud of Bewilderment is enchantment, and it is enchant 3. Pretty darn good here. Not a ton else that we care about. Giant Strength is also going to be here. Water Shield and Breath of Winter are also here. So I think we're going to start off... grabbing Stone Skin. And then we're going to blitz that enchant 3. And then we're going to come back and get Temper Flesh. And then we'll adjust from there. Early Conj 3 wouldn't be terrible. And we're going to need early construction. We're going to need construction 5 at some point. So that'll be another one. Chat's just flying by me here. Let me catch up a little bit. So the Water Minotaurs are going to be our workhorse, or should I say cow? That is the plan, Owen. We'll see. Work Ox. But on the other hand, it could make some indie commanders very powerful. Yeah, but I'm okay with that. It's not like indies outside of heavy cav or very rare things or crossbows are particularly good. Hey, Shinosuke, how's it going? I'm just catching up. Yeah, no problem, Andrew. How are you doing? Hope you had a good holiday. What are the Minotaur specials? We can check them. Okay, let's do this to start with, although, you know, we may have to come back. Like I mentioned, we are going to need Construction 5 for Thistle Maces relatively early. We would like to get Mother Oak. Mother Oak is only at Alt 5. Another low-hanging fruit for us. The question was about Minotaurs. They're amphibious. They have Berserkers +3, and they have Recuperation. They're not stellar, but they're the best we have. The Berserk +3 really salvages the unit, in my opinion. We would like to get them Bark Skin, too. Would be another thing that we would sure like. You got a surprise cruise. Oh, nice. Well, I hope that went well. But crappy spear. Yeah, I would prefer to have the axe, but the spear does give them repels. And once they berserk and they have 12 attack and 13 if they have a level, it's okay. It helps them stay alive a little bit. Of course, assuming that they're not going to do tramply things. Okay, let's go ahead. You are going to patrol. My scout needs to retreat. Let's go peek what this throne is, because if that's a tier 1, and ditto here. If either one of those is a tier 1, I'd love to rush that. The coup de grace on Friday was actually the AI getting thrones, and the thrones pushing their dominion stupid hard. I don't think we could have salvaged that, but that we would have gotten Dom killed in a few turns, even if other things hadn't happened. Okay, I think that's it for turn 1. We have recruitment, we have research set, and we're not trying to do any stupid expands. Let's go ahead and roll a turn. And Blasterbot, thank you and very much for 10 more gifted memberships. As always, thank you for the support. Congratulations to Carver, Richard, G Thuriv, Fun Guy, Emily Sumac, Charlie Mackey, Rainbow Wright, Gurman 1996, Munchy Ham, Sea Sand, perfect name for this stream. Make sure to give Blaster a thank you for those memberships. You do have early access to pregame videos that are up on the channel. You also can link your Discords if you'd like and get into the file channel where there are things like those Dominion's Island maps we talked about earlier. All right, we sense thrones. Oh, that... Maybe. Well, we'll look at that here in a minute. We're definitely going to need some magic before we can do that. Under the sea, that's right. Glad to see the pain is paying off. Well, I mean, if you have to have pain, I'd rather have pain and gain than pain and no gain. You may need to enable receiving them. Yes. I don't know who asked the question about that, but there is a setting that you have to say that you're allowed to receive gifts. Bruh spent a year telling me that setting didn't exist until he found the setting. So it definitely exists because he has had to change that recently. I couldn't tell you, Super, but maybe a kind person in chat can tell you where it is. It's something under your Google account. I can tell you that much. Oh, wait. Maybe I do remember. If you click on somebody who got a gift, or if you click on send a gift, somebody else is going to have to help me out here and explain that for you. Oh, there you go. Shinosuke says if you hop on the Discord, he can help you. Thank you very much, Shinosuke. Very helpful. Yeah, I couldn't work it out when I was trying to help people. I couldn't figure it out either, Tim, so it's not you. I think it's very convoluted. I don't understand why that's off by default for some people, but not everybody. Okay, let's see what we got. So this is a tier 2 or 3 throne. It has a solar serpent here. Honestly, we probably can take that, but not until we have our magic up and running. So that's a no-go. That's very sad. It's very sad. This one, though, 40 units and some turtle tribes. That is very doable for us. I don't think I would chance that until we have at least Stone Skin, but we probably can eat that. Amber Clan, I don't like that much either. I don't like either of these. Why is this relevant? Because to get our hard skin bless, we need to stay inside of our own dominion. Honestly, I feel like the throne is safer than 70 Amber Clans, in all honesty. Okay, let's get in here. Okay, I am going to dedicate this one. Owen, you are on deck. So if we have a dead prophet, you will be next. But the man who believed in this nation more than anyone else, he didn't lose faith for over a year. Kermode. Oh, wait, not Kermode Mode. Kermode Bear. This one's for you, buddy. You believed when no one else believed. Good luck. And if he dies, then Owen, you will be on deck. So he is going to become our prophet tonight. Got another scout here. I will ping this at some point, but I don't want to even risk losing someone right now. My number one job right now is find Brûlé and look for forests. Let's go this way because we can check that throne on the way. Let's have him. It's probably faster to go via water because water provinces tend to be bigger, so we can move faster. I'm looking for forests on coasts. If we have 0 of those, I'm going to be very sad. Hopefully we have a couple at least that we can actually get. I played a multiplayer game against Kermode Bear as EA Oceania. It didn't end well for him. He's a true believer, man. He's a true believer. Fabian says, I can't seem to miss the underwater. This is the last nation in the entirety of Dominions that we haven't streamed yet. So take that for how you will. Okay, Super did find the way to enable gifts. How did you do it, Super? Share with the class for us. Okay, next, what do we need? We're going to have a leader, and frankly, he's already a better leader, so we're just going to move that because now we have +1 morale instead of having -1 morale. And that's going to matter a lot because these guys are going to die in absolute droves. That does free this guy up. He is a leader. He could probably do some fort building for us at some point, but for the time being, I would honestly rather just have another scout. So we're going to send him that way. Okay, what else? Next, I think I want to start some research. So we have a couple choices here. This is a researcher, 9 research. We're in Magic 2, so he's going to get 11 for 76 gold. Not terrible. Not terrible. Not particularly useful as a troop, particularly. We would do better with a Siren or even a Hulliade. Fun fact, we did find out that if you give these Amulet of the Fish for sure, but I'm pretty sure Shambler Skin too, for whatever reason, it also gives their mount air breathing, and you're able to actually get out of the water with these. So kind of cool there. A Capricorn early will be nice because I really, really need to get out and do some nature searching. But that's probably too rich for my blood. 480, too rich for my blood. Siren at 265. I think we're going to go with the budget option to get us started. We have 5 holy points, and we're able to get all 5. Nice. All right, we will grab another crapper. I'm going to grab the crappers because they're already in an undisciplined group. Getting this guy would make him undisciplined, so we're not going to do that. And then hopefully we can afford real troops after we get something. All right, now we need to actually come up with what we're going to do. I don't want to put off a 3rd turn because there's no guarantee that our candles are going to go somewhere useful. So I have to attack one of these two, I feel. And I'm probably going to chance the Turtle Tribe, he says very nervously. I'm going to chance the Turtle Tribe for our attack. Let's see what we can actually do. Blurred Body. Okay, so 23 protection, but that does not include our hard skin bless. Our hard skin is going to give us 5, so I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. I'm just worried, what is here that I don't see? That's what I'm scared about. We had our poor guy get absolutely stunned to heck and back. So if there's like some Mind Lords or a Glamour Mage or something, I'm not too worried about water elementals because we have magic attacks. That's usually what the problem is. I think we're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fabian. We were going to do the same guy twice in a row, and I didn't want to do that. And somebody mentioned they had done a Glamour one, which is totally viable. You can afford 2 paths in not water, not earth. So I was doing the nature version because I do like the double regen, but I didn't want to run the same dude twice in a row. I also was going to do cold, and we mixed it up and we went heat. It'll allow me to get water elementals on land if we care. It may also depend if you're in people who are talking about the accept gift thing. If you're on the app, might be different than if you're on desktop, and I don't know the difference. And it may also just be that some people don't have to do it, because I can't imagine most people who get these gifts have turned it on, because it doesn't seem like it's normal. So it may also just be on in default, like if you're in the USA. I'm not 100% certain. So my apologies. I don't know why YouTube makes that so convoluted. Shroud of Bewilderment is wild. Yep, that is the plan. That is the plan. This is our research. So we're going to grab Stone Skin first, because I do feel that the protection's better. And then we're going to rush up for Breath of Winter and Shroud of Bewilderment. Okay, this makes me incredibly nervous. Blurred Body is not going to do much. We only have 9 defense. So that'll give us the equivalent of an 11 defense. We are praying that there's nothing crazy here. All right, double take. A turn 2 throne attack. I've done it before. I've done it before. Man, I am scared. I am really scared. In before Mind Lord, yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, we do have fear, and even if you're paralyzed, fear still goes off, but we don't have our other defensive layers yet. We could take our troops. We could. We could. All right. I'm so worried. Hard to tell with the water throne. It is very hard. Water and underground sometimes are grossly underdefended. All right, we're going to chance it. I think we're going to chance it. I'm sure I will have regrets in the near future. Okay, we've got recruitment set up. We've got research, even though we're going to break our research right here. Our scouts are moving. Yeah, we looked at our nations. Mateus says send the troops and have the god attack rear. The thing is, our troops are so bad, I'm worried about them HP routing us, in all honesty. Because I would have to send them with the bad leader. Our troops are not going to have anything. Well, our troops can definitely do this, though. Well, I say definitely. Our troops might be able to do this. 5 bodyguards. Yeah, maybe. We could siphon a few of these guys out. Oh, no, never mind. They're undisciplined. So we'd have to bring in our sacreds. What is the God's leadership? 100. Gods usually have good leadership. Oh, you're saying bring the troops with God. We're going to have a slow start either way. I think I'm going to chance it. If we get absolutely gobsmacked, I mean, we've already restarted 5 times. What's the 6th time, right? I'm committed. I'm him and Han. All right. Am I a genius or am I insane? C for colors, R for round counter, number 2 for details. All right, what'd you have? Okay, you were an absolute crap throne. We'll be fine. I can't imagine we lose to this. Okay, so blurred body gives enemies -2 to attack us. That's garbage, frankly. It's pretty garbage. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. I don't have much else to say about that. We had to re-roll the map axe. We got a bad one to play, and then I rolled the wrong map, and then we kept getting the center of the donut, which I wasn't really interested in playing. I want to play a fun map if I'm going to play. All right. Double take it all. All right, they are able to chip damage us. Remember, we do have fear naturally. We do have regen naturally. So as long as we don't start seeing like more than 1 damage or 2 damage coming in, he says like that 10 crit, that's not what we want to see. We have stupid high HP though, so we should be fine. That dude that crit us for 10 though, holy moly, what was your roll on that? I actually kind of want to see that. Where's the dude who hit me for 10? What the heck happened there? Where is that? We're going to have a bajillion combat logs. We're looking for red text 10. There's the 2-pointer. We should see a 3. There's the 3. Okay, where's the 10? It should be coming right here. So what happened here? Okay, Blur reduced his attack to 8. He rolled a 19 versus R5. He got an armor defeating hit. Protection reduced by 5 because he rolled so ridiculously high above that. We took 12 plus 15 versus 15 plus 2. So we rolled Snake Eyes is what happened. And he got a DRN, Dominion's random number, and he rolled some 6s. What an absolute champ. This is what I'm saying. The random peasant can kill God. Okay, I'm not loving the amount of damage we actually took there. I'm glad we didn't actually take an affliction from that, frankly. All right, but fear wins the day. We also do have poison resist on this chassis. Another bonus for when you're underwater. The coral spears actually can whittle people who don't have poison resist down. All right, well, all right, looks like we win. Throne of Might. It's just a tier 1. All right, blessed troops get +2 strength. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so now we're going to do 19 damage and more because this is an actual lance. So we're going to actually get a real lance hit. That's actually not bad. Our lance charge is going to be really, really good. That we could do infinitely worse than that. Okay, I would like to not stop here and claim with God, but here's the thing. I'm not going into this or this until we get some more protection. So I think I will stop here and I will claim the throne. I am going to want some PD. We are high turmoil on our scales. So if you look here, remember we reduced turmoil by 1 underwater. So we are turmoil 3, but underwater we are turmoil 2. On land, we're going to be turmoil 5. It's going to get pretty crazy around these parts. All right, you head that way. All right, now I almost am tempted to run over here and build a temple, but we do not have the money to do that yet. All right, Kermode. Lead us to victory, friend. Let's see. We're not going to be able to slow these guys down. So we're just going to put them like this. We're going to do attack rear because I can't stop these guys running forward and we need to get back there and start damaging them ASAP. Let's immediately do a... Why is that grayed out? Why is that grayed out? Oh, because I have the wrong guy selected. Derp. Okay. All right. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Divine blessing. All right. We got there in the end. This is a good sign for things to come. There we go. So Kermode here. 18 protection because he does have the hard skin from his bless. So not the worst. 18 on the body, 20 on the head. Decent odds to survive the stream. Yeah, not probably. Yeah, I got there in the end. All right, so Kermode. Unfortunately, I don't believe he can kill either one of these either. So we're going to go this way and at least get some more cap circle. All right, we are praying that we see some forests. We really, really want some coastal forests. Pretty please. Pretty please. All right, this and this will probably be forts. Although I might want to fort this, so maybe not. Okay, you're going to cap. You're going to go that way. You're going south. You're going that way. Okay, those are all good. Now, we're going to run into some money problems this turn. Wow, I could afford a mage. I think I am going to get the mage because I really, really, really need Alt 2. Once we have Alt 2, I'm comfortable going into these, I think. But before Alt 2, like we saw, a couple lucky hits and bye-bye worm. Lab the ambers? Yeah, we definitely will lab the ambers. You know, hey, how are you? I thought it was really funny. I went back and watched my pregame video because it's a really good source of information if you want to learn about a nation. And I saw you had commented on that nation. So I just was seeing your comment earlier. That's kind of funny. We rolling in the dough? Yeah, not yet. Cygnus says, are the Amber Guard guaranteed to have magic? Yes, Axe taught us that last time, that they were guaranteed to get Amber Mages. So interesting there, at least. All right, what a great start to Oceania. We're broke on turn 2, and we have a throne. Or turn 3. There you go. There was a battle in White Lake. All right. Can we beat Merlots? Find out. Our horse says, yeah, I love the underwater nations for some reason, especially the terrible ones. I like underwater nations too, but maybe less the terrible ones. I like Atlantis the whole way through. Even the earlier Atlantises, they have really good magic. Like, and one of the primo acid nations, which is something vaguely rare. Honestly surprised about the worm. Oceania has good sacreds and solid troops. I would say they have okay troops. I don't know if I would go so far as solid. Let's take a peek at our sacreds here. So remember, we have +2 might. So we should only have a 17 here. But these are fine. For our bless, we have defense +1 and natural protection +5. So really 16 protection. That's the standard in late age, you know? So that's not terrible. Although no head protection really. So a little bit of an oof there. But 18 body protection, we're pretty hard to hurt. And because we took +1 defense, we have 17 defense underwater. I do believe this will go down. I think this is going to go down when we're on land by 1. I have a feeling... Oh, no, you're not aquatic, so you're probably fine. So, yeah, 17 defense is fine. That's pretty hard to actually hit. And we have a length 3 weapon, so we're going to be able to repel. So, yeah, they're fine. They're fine. I do wish they had Berserk, but, yeah, they're all right. No head protection, but the hoof attack on land. Yeah, we'll get the extra attack on land, which will benefit quite a lot from that might throne we got. And they have a real lance. That should be pointed out. This is not a light lance, because remember, with the light lance, you don't get this big of a bonus on the hit. So, yeah, it's all right. I guess they're really they're being compared to white and black centaurs, which are just so amazing that they're still okay in middle age. But the biggest thing here compared to Pelagia is they're amphibious. We can actually get our sacreds on land. The sacreds for Pelagia aren't great, but they're terrible because you can't get them out of the water. Okay, that was fine. Although we literally were beating the special kid at school because those were Merlots. So let's not get too excited about that. Okay, forests. We have some forests. Okay. Yes. I'm seeing the path. This is the way. All right. Can we take ichthyds without a good buff? And I think the answer is yes. All right, we have a candle here. Let's go that way and find out where they're at. Okay, over here we also have Ohm. Let's go check that out. Okay, so we could get a fort. I would even double fort this. I'm going to fort every single coastal forest we can, if at all possible. We need 35 gems to summon in a fort. I would love it if on the turn that we got there, we were ready to go. That does mean we need a slow to recruit 500 gold mage from our capital, though. I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, Kermode. 50 Tritons and Triton guards. I think I'm going to chance that. What did we have for losses? We lost 13 units. I think we can do at least one more fight before we're out of steam. And we're going to try it. Okay, and then here, I got to go for the research. We really need Alt 2. Once we have Alt 2, I'm not as worried. We just need that protection spell. And then we can be a little more aggressive with our worm. all sea animals poop in strings, so imagine how disgusting the sea is. Well, and they release ammonia through their gills, so it's basically like they're peeing in the ocean. 13 units to Merlots. Yep. That's the problem with undisciplined, unarmored troops. We'll do a lot better with these, and these are what we will pick if we have to. We'd prefer to grab our Ichthyds, though. All right, 69 gold left. Nice. I could get 1 sacred, and I will. Okay, another throne that we probably can take. Amber. There are some Amber Clan here, but we probably can take that as soon as we get a buff. And another forest. 2 more forests. Okay, and our donut doesn't actually connect. Interesting. Land connect donut. On the bright side also, we went heat, so we're not going to freeze this for people to be able to cross. So that is a little bit of our advantage there. Let's have this guy... Let's cross into the middle and see if we can find Relay. We still have not seen him, and we've seen most of the ocean. So unless he's here, he's probably in the middle, and he got absolutely screwed if that's the case, because Relay can't get out of the water. No, we rolled randomly Relay. Oceania has one of the worst starting armies. I would say yes. We start with like 20 of these complete crap and 20 of these slightly better than crap. Okay, we're gonna attack this. I think we'll win this, but we'll probably run out of steam, and this army will be done for the time being. I'm pretty confident we'll kill 50 Ichthyds. I can't imagine they'll be able to kill Double Take. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I need to get him up here because he drops a candle every turn, and I want to try to get into a forest up here. I want that really badly, especially considering we're kind of constrained by ambers around our cap. Okay, double expand. Let's see what we got. Okay, there was a mage. I'm not too concerned about that. Because this version of the worm, I went with 3 water. We actually start with 5 cold resist. So the worst thing he could really do to us is probably a cold bolt, and we're not going to take that much damage from it. Yam says, what was the throne effect? +2 strength. It was a tier 1 throne of might, which is, it's fine. It's usable. It doesn't screw me. I'm happy. Cold bolt not underwater? Yeah, true. I guess he could, what, freeze us? All right, what do we got? So, Ichthyds, we got the net boys. Joke's on you, I already don't have any defense, so that's not going to be that bad. Stone Spears, 13 pierce damage. Again, not that bad. And they don't have any of the shield heavy army guys, so I think we'll be okay. Famous last words. He immediately takes 1 damage, because of course he does. Now, we do have Unsurroundable 1, but that only prevents one debuff. Look at this, he's already at 0 defense, and we're not even netted. Somebody did hit us for 10 again. We really need that protection spell. We do have Affliction Resistance 1, again, because of our level 3 or higher Earth. But that's not immunity. That's not immunity. I don't even think, does it tell me the percent? I want to say it's like a 30% chance. I could be wrong about that. 13? It makes me really nervous. I just don't want an affliction. We got completely screwed on Friday. We got weakened, and we got weakened in the battle where we lost 5 strength. So we had a 9-point swing, making our relatively good attacks hit like wet noodles. It's also because they're getting us to 0 defense. I don't know what the exact number is, but to get an armor defeating hit, you have to roll X number above their defense roll. That's why you usually see it when people pass out, because when you pass out, you go either to 0 or 1 defense. or you net somebody, or you earth grab them, or something like that. And so that's what's happening. Now, if we had our higher protection, we wouldn't be seeing this. That's why we didn't see this last week or on Friday. Underwater, you cast geysers. Well, you need fire for geysers, though. But yeah, geysers is a sleeper spell. We did that on Therados. I just happened to end up with the pathing for it, and it was actually like a flamethrower. It was really good, actually. You get a lot of attacks if you have the right pathing for geyser. Very, very quiet. Okay, we obviously have one. All right, let's see how we do here. Maybe I should do a Sermon of Courage first and then the Blessing. Do you actually get it off? You do, but who do you put it on? Do you just do it to yourself? No, he does put it on him. Okay, that's fine. I'm a little concerned with their absolute crap morale. Nice lance hit, 23 damage there. Okay, that wasn't terrible, but I'm guessing we took quite a lot of losses again. Only 3. Okay, we would need an easy We would need an easy province. Plus 10 defense. All right, excellent. Thanks for saving me all that money. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Shamblers and Militia probably can't be beaten by this. He can eat them, but I need to get a candle. I think we're going to go for this. Yeah, I cannot fight outside of our candles, though. If we drop down to 18 protection, we're going to get absolutely eaten alive. Which of these is easier? I guess it's either or, frankly. All right, this one has the cave entrance, so it's more valuable. All right, Commode. I believe. I believe. All right, Cygnus, have a good one, man. Can you blood hunt underwater? Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm just catching up on chat again. I feel like we're really quiet tonight for some reason. As far as troops go, the sea ponies and sea cows are good. It is the sea guys that suck. Yeah, they definitely do. Check if there's any good mercenaries. We'd have to pay for mercenaries, and no, not currently. All right, Promote Bear, I believe. Now this is a problem. I have nowhere I can go that we can actually do anything. I think we're going to do a site search. It's not great because we are going to voice a Tiamat at some point. But my other option would be what? Going here and then nothing? Where are we at? We're 2 turns out from getting the spell. If we get a candle on up here, I can definitely fight these. If we get a candle here or here, I can fight those. So we have lots of options. Just, I need a candle. Just 1 candle's all I need. Come on, man. You know I'm good for it. 1 candle. All right, again, I need the research. I would like the sacreds. I'll take them. Okay, 1 candle. I'm going to guess that that's coming from underground. Pure guess, though. Let's go... Well, let's confirm that relay is in the middle. Let's know for sure. Super says, I'm working on AutoCAD, making 3D models for guys that want 3D print. Watching, but I'm busy. Also drinking coffee. Oh, there you go. I had my 5 cups of coffee or whatever ridiculous amount I have every day. Okay, there is Ulm proper. Okay, let's continue. That's really it. I feel like I'm not doing anything here, but I just literally can't. I cannot chance this. Man, if only we had lucked into Alt 2 on the initial magic. We didn't find any sites. I'm not surprised. All right, come on, team. I believe Kermode. All right, just to show off, now that we're on land, we are satyrs and we are centaurs, essentially. So we have we did lose a defense. Okay, I'm not crazy. We did lose a defense, but we got a hoof attack. And it's a good hoof attack. And because of the +2 strength thrown, 14 is fine. We're gonna kill lots of things with that. So a double attack sacred, just fine. It's fine. No crossbows in this age, so they're not gonna get absolutely chewed up. We went from 7.4 to 7 or 7.04 to 7. Yeah, YouTube only clicks up when you hit the full 10s. So yeah, we should be at 7,050, I think, if we got a couple subscribers in here. Under to surface sacred. This is not the best. Yeah, for sure. No crossbows, the devious Hobergs. Yeah. I mean, Hobergs do exist, but they're pretty rare. In all my streams of streaming every single nation, and a couple of them twice, I think we've seen them maybe 3 or 4 times ever. Yeah, I agree. If these had Berserk, these would be good sacreds. Okay, and we win pretty handily. We still take losses, including a sacred, unfortunately. But we are good. We are really, really good. And we are getting to the point that I want to summon. So this is going to be a pain, but we need a Capricorn. I need Nature 4 to be able to summon our fort, and I want it. I want it bad. So 2 turns will be 28, 32, and then a couple turns to get here. So we're not going to get it on 35 nature gems, but pretty close. I will PD it just to discourage the AI. And I do think, because we didn't get Dominion here, I'm going to chance this too. Archers, light infantry. You know what? I think, though, we're going to change our formation. We're just going to go backwards. We'll have less time of the archers shooting us before the sacreds get there. We are looking really thin. Okay, we did get somewhere we can go. I would love to do this because there's heavy cav here, but not without some magic. All right, we're heading that way. Next turn, we will have the magic. Okay, so let's change our script a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold or cast spell. I'm actually going to do that. No, let's do the blur first. Make sure we get that off. He should go for the self buff. I'm going to do 2 hold or cast spells and then attack closest. I really would like him to cast that. It is so much safer if we have that protection. I suppose that is another advantage of the nature version of this guy, just by fact that you can get bark skin earlier. Okay, Tirn and Nog. They have nature gems. I'm just saying, they have nature gems, and I would like nature gems. Okay, everyone else has something to do. Okay. Where are all my random events of giving me 1,000 gold? Game. Yeah, Relay got absolutely screwed. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I doubt AI Relay will be able to get out of the water. Okay, there's the alt. 2 battles. Okay, blurred body. Okay, ice shield's fine. I would like you to do your earth buff though. Come on. Okay, quicken's fine. You just messing with me at this point, buddy. And I didn't put another one, so he won't do it. He should have gone for the protection, in my opinion. The shield is fine. This protective force has a 50% chance of reducing incoming damage by this amount, by 20. It's fine. It's good. I would rather have the 100% chance than the 50% chance, though. Oh, we do have quick, so we should chew through these pretty effectively. Nom nom nom. And no afflictions yet. Okay, cool. We win. All right, Commode, the risky expand. I suppose, well, but, okay, I was going to say, I suppose maybe the Mind Blasters, the Aboleths, are the reason that Air Bless doesn't exist, but that doesn't make any sense because you can get Olms out of the water, and Olms are the same chassis, essentially, for the purposes of Mind Blasting. Okay, our attack rear is still doing most of the work for us. All right, get in on those leaders. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's the thing. You just have to get EA Relay on land. That's the hard part. If you can get there, the hybrids are fine, but you have to actually get there. Okay, that was pretty sweet, actually. We only had one loss, and it was a crapper. We are not going to attack into Cataphracts, so this army is basically done. They are petered out. So Kermode's going to run home and get some reinforcements. Yep. Okay, let's fix our script. All right. I'm very interested that the AI chose not to cast Personal Stone Skin. I would even make that my #1 priority. And let's see what else we have. So, Mirror Image is one of the additional things we can get on this build. Quicken Self for sure. And Ice Shield is fine. So let's do... I think I would rather that. Blurred Body is probably the weakest here. I will put that last. Yeah, I'll put that last. All right. Even just having the Personal Stone Skin is already going to help us be way safer than we were. Not ideal, but way safer. Okay, so we're going to rush for Enchant 3 now. Enchant gets us, for this guy specifically, we want Breath of Winter. Breath of Winter is just very defensive for us. When we have big clusters of troops, anything to fatigue them or freeze them to buy time for fear is very powerful. And then we also have, at 3, Shroud of Bewilderment, which will really, really, really make us pretty safe once we have that. Does Blurred Body do anything when you're getting harassed down to 0 so fast? Not really, but we're also not fatiguing out, so there's no reason not to do it. Hey, we're up to 10 defense because we got a level, so the equivalent of 12 defense. And we do have Unsurroundable, so that does slow it down a little bit. Once we have Breath of Winter and Shroud of Bewilderment, we might actually be able to keep some defense. Maybe. How do you move spells up and down the queue? Somebody had to teach me that one too, so don't feel bad about it. You put your mouse over it and you use the arrows up or down. Another one that, like, if I only had known that about 2,000 hours ago. That one, hitting plus on the difficulty to scale the AI difficulty and holding tab in battle to highlight leaders. Those are 3 of my biggest mind blows. Maybe that's part of Relay's plan, Tim. You ever think about that? Those are the secret keys. That's right. Okay. Now we need to make a little bit of a decision here. Now that we have our defensive spell, I'm a lot less leery of this. What's the worst they could do? A couple geysers that will probably kill some of their own troops too. And this gets us some more cap circle to actually get us some income. And then we take this throne. I'm pretty confident in this. Okay, we are working on the big boy. We are getting a full suite of sacreds. And we actually have some cash. Yes to cash, no to cows. I could get one guy or one guy there. We'll get one. I'll put him on bodyguard. That's fine. All right, that'll have to do. We are 1, 2, 3 turns out from coming back to get the troops. I don't want to get another leader at the moment. Yeah. This is fine, TM. Wish there was key configuration. Yeah. If I had to say something about the keys, my biggest wish, I wish I could have WASD move my screen instead of the arrow keys. Shadow Empire has the same problem. Modern games use WASD to move your map. It's been that way for like 25 years, man. It's time to modernize. It's killing me that doesn't do that. Okay, now we have somebody coming up that direction, so let's actually go that way. And you go that way. PD? Yeah, we actually do have the money to PD now. I was holding off being cheap. We probably do need PD too because we are Turmoil 3-ish. Okay, we are PD'd up now. Another thing we're going to need in the very near future is we're going to need some labs and we're going to need some temples. Because once we stop having our Dominion expand, our worm will run out of targets to attack. Yeah, well, and for me, the reason I banged my microphone on Friday is I was trying to swing my hand over from scratching my beard to the arrow keys, and it was a casualty. Got caught in crossfire. If it had been WASD, it'd be 100% clear. Okay, let's roll it. I'm not too worried about the Amber Clan now that we have this. Now, they do have tridents, which are very scary. Okay, let's get buffed up. What did you actually have? Did you have a mage? You have something back here. So we have a priest who has a dragon helmet. Curious. And we have a second priest. Okay. No mages. Now, these boyos, middle-age, pretty darn good troops. Pretty good troops with the bronze tridents. 17 pierce damage is nothing to sniff at. So that is high enough that they can roll some damage into a kelp check. They can roll some damage into him. 26, though, is what I consider the beginning of safe for pretenders. You're not immune, but that's where I actually consider safe. That's why Dave always makes me nervous. Dave has 25 invulnerability, not 26. All right, what do you got, buddy? Okay, so we got Ice Shield off. I think I had Blur as the final one. Did we get Blur? Yeah, we didn't get Blur off before they got here. That's fine. Okay, so 26 defense. We have the protective force of a 50% chance to reduce damage by 20. That's pretty good. Did we get... We did get our quickness off. And we do have mirror image. Where's my mirror image? Am I blind? Mirror image doesn't show a buff? I swear they did. All right, well, we have mirror image, so that'll eat a few of our attacks, and that'll help our defense stay up a little bit longer, although it won't last long. I definitely wouldn't rush for any of these alteration glamour buffs, but we just need it for the protection, so just kind of incidental researches on the way. Yam says, one thing that annoys me is the in-turn key is different in Dom 6 and Conquest of Elysium. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to have absolute misery when we do some Elysium. By the way, I believe Conquest of Elysium's on Steam sale at the moment for anyone who doesn't have it and is interested. All right, nom nom nom. No afflictions. Not that bad damage, so yeah, that went just fine. Okay, cool beans. 2 events. There it is. This is what we've been waiting for. A sunken ship filled with treasure has been discovered in Deep Gorge. All its wealth has been transported to your treasury. 1,120 gold. Cha-ching. An ill omen was seen and rumors have spread. 30 unrest, 3 misfortune. We don't like that one. We don't like that one at all. Okay, we got Rhodius. Hello, Rhodius. We're going to immediately put you on retreat in the back corner, and you are going to rush here. Now, the question is, which one do we fort first? Which one? I guess it's going to be the one that plugs up the cave, because that gets me a throne that maybe somebody else can't get to. So I think we're going to go to Ripe Woods. Yeah. Now we also need a lab, so I got to make sure he can afford a lab when he gets there. I wish I could have done that ahead of time, but we needed the research. We were kind of bottlenecked in our expansion until we got that. We're almost done with Enchant 1 already. We're coming home to pick people up, so I don't really need another leader. I would like to go out and build some labs and some temples. God, do I go super greed and get another Capricorn so we can site search quickly? I think I do. All right. Apparently our main army is going to mostly be sacreds here for a time, which is fine. So 1 turn, 2 turns. Okay, getting this is interesting to me, but I don't see any enemy candles or anything, so I'm not in super duper rush. Okay, confirmed relays in the donut. It's Y? Oh, that's going to kill me. We rich boys? That's right. Okay, I think we're taking this throne. 90 units, Ichthids and Ichthid warriors. With our buff, I'm not concerned about that. All right, keep site searching. Or no, keep exploring. Explore that one. All right. Forest. I think we're going to take the throne, and then we're going to take that. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. Okay, that's fine. I hope we get those. I'll just put it that way. I hope we get those. Okay, at the home front, we're recruiting the best we can. What about mercs? Green men and shipwreckers. I miss shipwreckers. Green men. Is there anything you could actually take? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, we'll give it a try. We'll see if we can get these. They're not stellar. I wish we'd grabbed shipwreckers. Ulm should already have a fort. Ulm can also do really good with their non-fort recruit. Their forest warriors and mountain warriors are fine. Although I doubt the AI is making good use of that, so, you know, is what it is. Misfortunes gives 10, I assume you mean more event and higher chance for them to be bad. It also magnifies the effect. So if you have a good event and you have misfortune 2, you'll get like 200 gold compared to us that just got 1100 gold. So it is a little bit of a double whammy. It'll also, I believe, intensify your bad events if you have misfortune and lessen them if you have fortune. It's event by event, though. It's not a like an ironclad rule. Research in enchantment is completed. Okay, that's level 1. 1 I don't think does anything for us yet. We had our battle. All right, what do we got? Do you have something crazy? Okay, what are you? Okay, a mage that actually has a decent amount of gems. I'm not too concerned. The worst he could really do is water elementals, and we have magic attacks. So, yeah, ditto here. I'm not overly concerned. Moss body, well, we have poison resist. The worm is just, he's just good. He just has all the things you need. Regen, high HP, high enough protection, poison resist. You can easily get frost resist. Double attacks that are magic and poison. It's just a good general chassis. Good lord, that's an awesome Amber Clam mage. All those things you need, but no tail. 2 heads are better than 1. And he can't get caught chasing his own tail. All right, what do you guys got? What do you got? You guys kind of bullied me last time I fought you. Who's bullying who now? Yeah, look at that. They managed to whittle him down. Harass penalty -9. Even with the glamour. It helps, though. Notice they're not actually popping a lot of those. Let's actually do a little peek here. Let's see what's going on. All right, so them. Look at these misses. Look at these misses. We like to see that. We like to see that a lot. That's a lot of misses right there. You know, somebody said earlier, it's the law of large numbers. It doesn't matter if you need a 6 to hit if you roll 100 dice. Yeah, look at that. I like what I'm seeing. Getting the fear. You gotta put the fear in them. And the nature gives him 50 years of extra lifespan. I mean, yeah, true. Worms can't wear helms. True. We could still put on a bracelet of protection, though. And a crown does do something. And ironically enough, a lead crown for the magic resist, as we saw, that actually could be relevant when they get the lucky paralyze on you. Maybe 2 lead crowns. Axe wants to look at the mage again. All right, we can look at the mage again. Are you talking about this guy? Yeah. Look at that magic resist. Pretty bonkers. Pretty bonkers. He even enlarged. There you go. And they did poop out a couple water elementals, but it's not going to matter. All right, we still have 1 mirror image after round 14. So like 9-ish rounds of combat. That's pretty respectable. I think it's 50-50 which worm build I like more. I do think this one probably has more potential once you're fully buffed up. And I think the nature one is better sooner and safer for the really bad fights. 20% regen is nothing to laugh at. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. He loves fish sticks. All right. Enough of that. Killed 42 units. A deadly yellow mold grew on the storage, a food storage used by the militia. Okay, well, we don't like that. All right, what did we get? The Shattered Throne. So that was a tier 3 throne we just took. Like I mentioned earlier, I think Illwinter needs to do a pass for tier 2 and tier 3 thrones if they spawn underground and underwater. Because what happens is none of the things that could be on this throne defending it could go underwater. So it just like gives them a tier 1 set of troops. I don't know why. Now, spreads horror marks, spreads curses. Perfect. We will claim this. It's too much Dominion not to. So unfortunately, it is going to lower us to luck 1 or fortune 1, but I think I'm okay with that. It's just too much Dominion not to take it. The pearls are good too. I would not mind empowering someone, even to Astral 1, and using them to do a little bit of crafting. The Blood Slaves, not stellar, but if we do take a grievous wound, we could empower in some blood and then do a blood feast to get the afflictions off. One of the only ways to get rid of afflictions. So, yeah. That's crazy. That was nothing. Yeah, it's because it's underwater. We had I don't remember what stream it was, but we had like 2 thrones that were tier 2s underwater that we thought were tier 1s, and it made the game a real easy run, where it should have been a really hard run. Okay, this is going to have a lot of unrest, though, so I am going to pump that because look at that unrest already. We'll see if that's enough PD even at that amount. Okay, Rhodius is on his way. He's rushing over there, trying to get that summoned. Okay, we are still recruiting that. Give me Sacreds. Give me those. All right, this is in my crosshairs. I would like to do that sooner rather than later. Maybe Kermode will try to take that. We have built 0 infrastructure. I would like to call that out. But we were racing for the research. So it's one or the other, basically. This is kind of how I thought last week was going to go, if I'm being honest. I did not think it was going to be as bad as it was. Okay, we have a little bit of money left. We did not win the Mercs. Kind of whatever. Underwater gives you such great throne access. Well, unless... you probably didn't watch on Friday, Andrew. There were no underwater thrones. And we probably lost the game because of it. Literally not a single underwater throne. It hurt. It hurt a lot. All right, double take. Master of Metals, God of Inventions, Prince of Two Faces. Okay, I really like that one. The Destroyer has claimed the Shattered Throne. Worldwide event, the Shattered Throne has been claimed and its power has awakened. Maybe there's a good reason why the old Pantocrator destroyed it. Worldwide, magic +1, misfortune +1, units are horror marked. Am I sad? No, we did not get horror marked on our god. We did not get horror marked on our prophet. Ooh, nice. We got a 10% random error. That's not terrible. Okay, now this guy, we need to do some math. We need 35 gems here. 35, 42 minus 35 is going to give us 7. And we are currently earning 4. So 11, 15, 19. So we don't need to arrive that fast. How slow can we be? So 11, 1 turn would give us 15, 2 turns would give us 19, 23, 27, 31, 35. So in 6 turns, I need to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go search my 2 thrones at least. Let's do that. If we could find some nature, that would be super duper helpful. Okay, unrest is rising, even with 31 PD. I'm going to go up to 41. I really want to see this at least stop going up. Double take is going to definitely take this. I really also need to get some temples built. I think we're going to send somebody out to do a little bit of temple spamming. Let's go that way. Let's not go too crazy because I need to build labs too. All right, let's actually get some leadership out. Well, no, not this turn. Not this turn. All right, let's go get some glamour searches too, because we're not going to be able to voice a team on that. So let's get a siren. We'll nab 1. Give me the sacreds. Okay, grab that. Kermode has arrived. Okay. We actually have good enough leadership that we can split these. Oh, that feeling when you split them perfectly in half feels good, man. Okay, we'll put half and half. We have guard commander. Go with double sermons of courage. I'm actually going to do stay behind troops. I'm willing to do that. I think we're going to be okay. Especially with him having big beefy boy bodyguards. And he is going to go try to take the grandfather. We did luck out on the horror mark. Yep, Owen. Babel was a trooper last stream. It was pretty painful. I mentioned this at the very beginning, but I thought that maybe we almost survived, but we didn't. Lost land has to be cast on land. It is incredibly stupid, but that's the case. So even if we had gotten the research, I just would have been disappointed. Do the horror marks come as you spend time on the throne? The event that we got was global. The throne effects will affect you while you're here. So it will continue to give horror marks and curses, neither of which we want. So we want a GTFO. Does misfortune scales affect the chances? I don't think so, but I don't know that for certain. I don't think that the scales affect like, oh, there's a 10% chance that you get a horror mark. I don't think they affect that type of roll. I could be wrong on that, but I've never seen evidence that that was the case. Okay, we have almost explored the surface. Where are there any other cave entrances? Wow. All 3 cave entrances are right here. I'm pretty sure I put it on double cave. So one of these is a separate cave system and should have Perrine in it. It's probably going to be this one. Okay, next. Perrine got stuck under a throne. Yeah, I do think that's probably what happened. We got a lot of AI that got really screwed on this one. A little unfortunate, but you know what? I got screwed last week, so it's only fair. There was a battle in Dark Woods. Yes, that was a tier 3 Shattered Throne. Or you talk about the one they're stuck under. Yeah, we got our mirror image up. We are finishing our blur. Who's so slow? Okay, well. Strength of Giant. Okay, what are you picking not to cast? Oh, I have the water. Yeah, he uses the ice shield. We can't do ice shield on land. Okay. Strength of Giants, that's fine. Shrub check. Yeah, 31 damage with that. That's okay. It's not that Strength of Giants is a bad buff. I just don't have enough scripting time to put it on. That's why I usually don't do it. Yeah, we're gonna absolutely just chew these guys up. Let's fast this. We didn't even have all of our mirror images popped. And the grandfather. I look forward to actually having troops I can actually hold on. Those undisciplined guys in the middle are kind of forcing my hand. Although they're probably not going to survive that encounter. I don't think they're long for this world. Okay, well, they thought they flanked us, but really it was a feint so that we could flank them. Okay, they are holding out. Yeah, amber troops are good. Amber troops are good. Here's the unarmored ones. You are the armored ones. Downside of being aquatic only, though. What are you doing back there? Oh, you're summoning encouraging. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't mind seeing some smites come out, but or words of power, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that fortune and misfortune scales are not gonna change things like sites that give you disease or curse. I don't think that changes the odds of that. So if you're on a site that has a 10% chance to give you disease, it's always 10%. I don't think the scales change that. I think what people are saying is if you have scales, it gives you more events, whether they're good or bad. Not that it's changing the math behind what has already happened. Okay, that wasn't terrible. We did lose most of the one dudes, though, which is fine. That does mean, oh, we lost all of them. Or they ran away. That's fine, TM, but we do need to redo what we're doing. I think we're just going to do this. In fact, we should just group them into one if we're going to do that. And let's make them come to us. And we will do that. Yeah, I will do that. Some BD on there. Some BD on there. Okay. Wow. Is this going to be a middle-aged Pelagia? We're already at 4 points, and I have 2 more thrones that are in my area. We have fire resist. Fire snakes, solar serpent. That is pretty doable, if I'm being honest. Okay, you on retreat. I think I'm comfortable enough. I'm going to put you on auto site search for glamour. Okay, you site search. You construct a lab. You. Okay, do I want the temple or recruitment? I think I want recruitment. If you're going to make me pick. We'll go 1 leader, we'll go 1 scout, and we'll get those. So you, I guess you could just site search while you're waiting for a turn. All right, head off that way. Okay, we're pretty certain this is a tier 3 throne. That puts me at 7 points, 8 points, 9 points. Okay, we have easy access to 9 points. There's one down here, 10 maybe? So pretty confident we've got this without too much trouble. You know, who knows what horrible babble things will happen, but I'm not feeling too sketchy at the moment, at least. Yeah, relay. I'm sorry, man. They really need some help. Give them an amphibious troop of some sort, an amphibious leader of some sort. Okay, let's actually get into that cave and go see what that throne is. And that's everybody. Oh, let's change that piece of scripting. We don't want Ice Shield. All honesty, I don't really have anything else I care about. We'll just not have something there. Save the fatigue. Is there an Ubar this game? No Ubar this game. We have Ermor, Tirnanog, Olm, Irene, Oceania, Relay. Research and enchantment is complete. That's 2. At 2. Empowering and fire also wouldn't be terrible. If we had Splendor on our worm, that would be hilarious. That gives you awe. Water Shield and Breath of Winter. Okay, I do want Breath of Winter. Found a magic site. Nice. A monstrous conch. No comment. There you go. We searched for magic sites on the throne and did not find any. Okay, another cave entrance. Let's pop our nose down there and see what there is to see. Okay, lab up. Ritual spell. Grow fortress. It begins. It begins. Okay, that's finally getting some infrastructure. I am going to need somebody who can build a temple, so I'm going to send somebody down there. All right, I also want to build our temple. 300 gold temple, not the worst thing ever. Primitive forts, temples just cost 300. No limiter on that one. Okay, here. Okay, I'm going to put this guy on retreat, and I'm going to ping that throne now. I want to see, because I'm itching for that fight, if I'm being honest. We're in the neighborhood, and we are close to the magic I need. The only thing we're not going to have is Temper Flesh and Iron Skin. So we're most of the way through once we hit that 3. You're not allowed to win unless you sink a land. Well, challenge not accepted. I have sunk a land in Relay if you are that interested. We sunk a lot of land. Very game-winning spell, but yeah, I think it should be, if you're going to make a requirement on it, it should require you're underwater, not above water. But I don't think it should have that restriction at all. Okay, ooh. Wow. Are you literally just going to, like, give me the game? All right, well, I'm taking Giant Spine, and then we'll go this way, because I need to delay for the research anyways. We're at 18 research. That's 10 turns. Yeah, we need some more research, guys. Oh, that's terrible. These are just too expensive. 15 research. But it is so much more expensive. Yep. Okay, you are going to stay here. You are a spare leader, although you could move out if you have to. Hold. Stay behind troops. Save that as a number 1. Whoops. Save that as a number 1. All right, nice. We're out of money. Perfect. Yeah, we need money to build labs, though. We're working on it. We have low admin in our forts, and I don't even have a second fort yet. So, you know, I think this is turn 12. So we are only in the first year, just also of note. All right, how painful is this going to be is the question. Like I said, I have pretty high respect for Ambers. Yeah, that trident, man. Spooky. I'm very glad that we have that extra protection, but it's not going to save us against a good trident hit. Okay. Doing all right. I guess another bonus to these guys, poison barbs, this only affects people who have length no more than 1, But if you fight other sacred cavalry who have a kick, this will absolutely wreck them. Absolutely wreck them. So, like, if we were fighting Pangaea, that actually is something that might help us. Okay, we did win. I do think that's going to be a painful win, though. No, only one. And we do have the bonus of recuperation. I think this is... I have not given this enough credit in the past. Having everybody have recuperation, you end up saving so many people. Nice try, game. Nice try. Berserker Pelt. Berserker Pelt on Kermode. No. Yes. Nice try, game. Okay, you go scout over there. We'll see what that throne actually is. I think that's everybody. Well, and Andrew, ironically enough, I actually see the AI do more flanking underwater than on land for some reason. They do a lot more hold and attack rears or attack rears. I don't know why. At least it wasn't the werewolf pelt. Yep. That's what happened to when Bra was our prophet. He was a Fomorian giant prophet. And it took me forever to get him out and everything. And the first fight he wins, he gets a cursed berserker pelt. Becomes a furry and then charges in and dies like the next turn. It was horrible. It was actually horrible. Okay, so this is throne fight? Yeah, throne fight. What'd you have? Okay, some mages. A water 3, I'm not particularly scared of. Fire 1, water 1. Not really. Nope, not you. A death 1, and he's going to imp me. The imp and skeletons, but I'm not too worried about that. Imps could break our script, but as long as we get the protection spell off, honestly, I don't think they can take me. Oh, I didn't go fix our script, did I? I need to put Breath of Winter on. No, they did imp me and they did interrupt my script. Now he's just hungry. Okay, a couple good hits in there. Probably coming in here if I had to guess. But we're chewing it down. We're at 162. Yeah, we're going to be okay. And because we have at least 2 attacks, we're able to chew through skeletons somewhat. You probably could Quagmire him forever, though, with enough casters. Still no affliction. Yeah, see, he is going to Quagmire me up with the skeletons. But we're looking fine. We're looking fine. Let's speed that up. Oh, it's going to take us a hot minute to chew through this. Again, the water elementals might have actually been a little bit more of a thing, but we have magic attacks, so not so much of a thing. We've learned to be careful when attacking vampires and werewolves. True that. The Fascia stream, we had a really bad vampire throne. I didn't catch that there was vampires there, and we got absolutely destroyed. Skeletons can be surprisingly annoying, yeah. And they're nerfed compared to Dom 5. They used to be worse. Okay, before I forget, Throne of Fortune. Well, there we go. We got our luck back. That seems rather lucky. All right, we'll claim that throne. Yeah, let's go 21. Now, I did see this. I'm guessing we bounced underwater. That's my guess. Okay, hold on. This is me looking at the throne. Okay, can I take this? Okay, pincers are untyped damage, so getting Temper Flesh won't change that, but 17 is survivable. especially because I can't get like too many of them around me. The poison does hit hard enough that it will hurt. We'll lower it by 15% and then take 15 off of it. So 50, that could be kind of painful. Fire snakes. Oh, look at that. Okay, horror mark. That gives us a clue. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of throne this is. We can self buff ourselves with fire resist. It's only 5 though. So are you armor piercing? You are. So half. Maybe. We have magic attacks, so the stupid will-o-wisps are okay. They're not gonna be good. Maybe we could do this, is what I'm gonna say. Maybe. If we have to. This is iffy enough. I think I would want to increase my poison resistance and my fire resistance if we have to do this. Okay, that's good to know. Now, we saw a unit that was horror marked. I think throne. I could have swore time horror marked. No, they must have got hit by the worldwide event. It's not from the throne. They have armor piercing bites. Yeah. Magic can, I believe. I think that was just the world event got him. Horror marking could also be broken throne. Okay, none here. Let's see, what else do we have? Black throne, white throne, beast, pestilence. I'm surprised we don't have pestilence. Misfortune. I'm surprised we don't have misfortune. It could be the inner throne too. I think inner throne might do that. That could be a tier 2. It could be. Crystal throne, earth, fortune, time. Okay, but this was a tier 2, and I honestly thought this was a tier 1. So that is interesting to me. So that's gonna put us at 6 points. I don't think we can do this at the moment. So we'll grab this one, and then I think we're going to go try to nab the underground one if we can. All right, we did get our fortification. So we summon bramble forts. They're not stellar. Like, they're just not. But they give a commander point. The ones we build don't give us a commander point. That is very important because we can get Capricorns here. And with 2 command points, they're just slow to recruit. If we built a fort here, we would need 4 turns to recruit a Capricorn. Very, very expensive. We are also at Turmoil 4 currently here, which means we get a 120 discount for a Capricorn. A Siren's getting an 80 discount. That's not bad. This is her land form. Again, not bad. You can do a Siren Song, I think it's a drowned attack. It's whatever. It's not much to write home about. Yeah, not much to say about that. 14 research. I don't really care about him. I am going to want some of these. I don't know if we can get them at the moment. Let's get some troops started. Yeah, because it's going to be a slow go here. And let's come back to this. Okay, you now site search. Yeah, it was the throne. It would be my guess. Yeah, no, those are my scales, so it's not high enough to be horror marking off of magic scales. Okay, next. Did we watch that one? Yeah, that was the throne. Okay, yeah, we did have a bounce. Yam Cider, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Congratulations on streaming for every nation. Thank you for putting out high quality content for this underrated gym. Good luck on taking this one home. Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Literally, I've mentioned this a few times, but one of my reasons for just starting YouTube. One, I finally got high-speed internet where I live. Before this, I had a wireless that on a really, really, really good day, I could download a game from Steam at about 550 kbs. Not megabytes, kbs. So there's no way I could have done YouTube before. And then combine that with the fact that I like weird games, if you can't tell from my channel. And there were so many times when I really wanted to just watch a Let's Play of a game and there was no content. So it literally came down to, fine, I'll do it myself. And so, you know, one of my pet peeves about Dominions was some nations had zero content. I had consumed all the Dominions content on YouTube and some nations didn't have any. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to do it. It's got to be me. Rhodius has cast Growing Fortress. Yeah. Okay, so we won that really handily. How do we handle the bounce? All right, Yem, have a good one, man. Did we kill Urmor's god? Well, we're going to find out. So he attacked with the green men, known as the Heroes of Satis for the old-timers. Yeah, this crappy mercenary group literally saved an entire stream. Go watch EA Satis stream if you want to see true pain. Yeah, and obviously with Sacreds versus Merlots, yeah, we win. Yeah, we didn't lose anything. Okay, now we shouldn't be at war because that was their bounce. We'll put some PD in here. Okay, we do have another spot we can expand, and I will take it. Okay, we're claiming the throne. I am going to take the throne at Boar Woods. We are at 21, so we need one turn takes to 26, 2 turns to 31, 3 turns to 34. So 1, 2, okay, actually don't search that yet. Well, okay, I'm going to delay 1 turn. If I have to walk through here anyways, I'm just going to get the site search out of the way so we don't have to backtrack, because I don't want to be here with an expensive mage. So I am going to search it. We will do it once. God, my research is garbage. Okay. We have a leader here. Give me some more research. Give me some more sacreds. And then, can we afford a mage? We can. Okay, we're going to get a siren. Okay, you are a scout. Okay, could we do this throne? The answer is maybe. The downside, just like with the vampire, those shades have steel strength. And this just, again, law of large numbers, they will probably hit me at some point. So we would almost guaranteed lose 5 permanent strength for this throne. Conversely, this is almost guaranteed a tier 3. I don't think I've ever seen the Shade Throne be a tier 2. So that is another place that maybe we could get. I would need to get my Dominion up here, though. No way we would do that without Dominion. So, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to take your... Well, the thing is, if that's the winning throne, I don't care, right? So, we'll see. We'll see. So we know where probably the other 2 tier 3s are, and it's there and there. Yeah, claiming that one. God, we might almost be able to get Dominion here. This feels a lot like Middle-Aged Pelagia's stream, where we had this weirdly awkward, easy win. Okay, let's go up here. I do need to keep building some temples, so let's do that. Okay, we kind of stopped the bleeding, but not really. I probably need 10 more PD, but the cost increases every time you add PD, and adding 10 more is very expensive, so we don't have the money for that at the moment. Okay, we are in the cave system. Okay, those 2 entrances we know about. Hmm. Where is Perrine? Let's go that way. Where are you? Okay, Oceania itself. We're sneaking. We're patrolling. That's probably good enough to go take something, but one downside, our good leader here is not a priest. So if I want to have them go without our prophet, we actually do need to recruit probably a couple priests to get the bless out, because our priests are not stellar. They're just priest ones. No priest. A priest two here, but she can only go underwater. No priest. So that's a little bit of a shame. Bishop Fish would be one way to solve that. And we do like going up conjuration, so that could be something we could do. Are we anywhere near Bishop Fish? No. We're at 1.5 conjuration with 27 research. So no, we are not. Things should be getting better, though. Now that we have a second fort, that's going to increase some of our income a little bit more. We'll get a third fort here in a second. It is turn 13, just of note. Let's actually do a quick check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 provinces, 1 extra fort, 1 extra temple, 1 extra lab. That's pretty good. That's like normal person expansion, not Babel expansion. Getting at least 1 province per turn. And we do have 3 thrones. One of which was a cheeky tier 3 and a tier 2, so not terrible. Goes to show the power of an awake expander. I mean, this is literally off of his back. The troops didn't really do anything stellar. So there you go. Okay, shipwreckers are up and they are biddable, but I'm broke, so I'm just gonna let them go. Who owns them? Ermor. Okay, well, if I have to kill you, I have to kill you. I don't know what to say. Once those are dead, there's not that many more mercenary groups who can get underwater, and then I can just raid him to hell and back if I have to, so I'm not concerned about that in the slightest. Okay, we claim our throne. We found 4 magic sites. There we go. It's like we're in early age or something. An enchanted field, 1 nature gem, a sink marsh for a water, a forest of delights, giggity, 2 more nature, and stray wild forest, a glamour and a nature. Well, yeah, we just got 4 nature gems per turn that we just found. I can now build a fort every, 4 turns? Yeah, every 4 turns I can now summon in a fort. Yeah. Great. I'm very happy. Let's go summon a fort over here in the very near future. Actually, hold on. Let's not go there yet. Well, I'm going to summon the other fort first, is why I'm delaying. Let's actually not. Let's go here. 1 turn, 2 turns to search, 3 turns, 4 turns to search. We move here and then we build it. Yeah. We'll do that. I don't want to backtrack. I'm trying to avoid backtracking. Okay, you came here to build a temple. You came here to build a temple. And I do need to get some temples up. Even if the AI is doing bad, they always temple spam, so. Okay, over here. We're at 6 points. I'm debating what I want to do. Do I want to grab the territory around here and build a wall? Do I want to rush this? I don't think there's a reason to rush. I don't think there's a reason to rush. Yeah, I don't think there is. Is here. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll go this route. we'll take that and then that, and we'll see where our Dominion is. Maybe we can get lucky and our Dominion will spread here. Unlikely, very unlikely, but if it happens, then that could be a win, possibly. And if I have to come over here, we definitely can. Where are we at magic-wise? Okay, we're getting there. 3 turns. And I need to fix our script. I need a Breath of Winter. Breath of Winter. Now, I value Breath of Winter very highly. Very highly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, no Purine. Where are you? Where are you, Purine? Where in the world is Purine? I need to put posters. All right, actually, Kermode, you know what? You could definitely handle that. And then you could go this way. Yeah. We like that. Okay, building a temple. Okay, you stop here and site search on your way. Please don't get horror marked. We are slowly gaining unrest, which makes me very nervous. I'm going to get this up to 51. I would like that to stop because we don't want the rebellion to lose the throne or something. What's the throne above Velvet? Do not know. It's definitely takeable. Like, we definitely could take that. I'm not here. I'm just really far away. This does look like probably a tier 1. So, yeah. Fort it with a crappy indie. Are you talking about this? And yeah, that's probably a good idea. And we'll grab a scout. He can do it. This also probably should. Yeah, probably should also be forted. Yeah, we'll just do both. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. We must be having a lot of fun because I just looked over and we're over almost to 2.5 hours and I have not refilled my tea. I got to be a little careful with my voice here, so I am going to go take a tea break here. So if you haven't taken a break, I would encourage you to stand up, get a little stretch, go get something to drink, maybe a snack. I am going to do the same here. Apparently, I don't even have my stream in the background. Let me get that. No. We need live streams, YouTube, live streams. If you're not blocking ads, I appreciate the pennies if you get an ad here. And I will see you guys in 5 minutes as soon as I can find the button to push to say 5 minutes. There we go. All right, this is me definitely not choking on a pretzel. That'd be pretty bad. Babel tea time. That's right. Babel needs his tea time. Take my pennies. You deserve it. Well, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate the pennies. One of my pet peeves, 2 years in a row, I have done a passion game over the holiday break. Last year it was Disco Elysium. This year it was Final Fantasy Tactics. And both of those soundtracks got absolutely claimed to hell and back. So like my 10 cents of ad money, I had to share half of it. For Final Fantasy, it was Warner Brothers Brazil. They took my 5 pennies. It was pretty ridiculous. It looks like this is wrapping up. I mean, we are definitely doing well, but who knows? I can still throw the game. Zexy says I actually got an ad this time. Yeah, YouTube, I mean, we all hate the ads. I totally get it, but they have a pretty sophisticated system. Like, I couldn't just sit here and click ad. You wouldn't get any. You'd get like one maybe. So they definitely learn how much tolerance we have, and it drip feeds them out. When is the tier list going to be? I already have the stream posted. It is going to be on New Year's Eve, probably starting at 6 o'clock. I may change my mind on that, but I feel like it's okay to have the later stream there because people are probably going to hopefully have the next day off. So that is the plan. We're going to do another New Year's Eve stream. Okay, let me just double check my turn. Everybody's moving, building, moving. Research. We are 3 turns out from enchant 3 where our power will spike. Okay, cool. I really enjoyed it, Trip. That was one of my like bucket list games. Ever since it came out when I was a kid and I couldn't play it, I wanted to do a playthrough. So we did like 4 9-hour streams and I beat the whole game in 4 sittings. So plus some grinding off stream, but pretty dang quick. Normally, Union, I don't automate the ads. I only let ads play when I'm on that 5-minute break. But I wanted some data just to see what it would do. For Terra Invicta, I think I made like $3 for a 9-hour stream. If anyone wants to see behind the curtain, so however many people were getting ads, that was worth about $3 to me. So that's why you see YouTubers always push memberships or super chats. It's far more valuable than ads, and I understand how annoying they are. So I appreciate the support from everybody. Okay, Paulo, the Becthride champion, claimed the inner throne. Excuse me? Excuse me? So they are alive, and they are doing things. Where are you? Ah, we found them. Do you just not have an exit near you? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, next. Okay, I want to know what this throne is because this might be our winning throne. Okay, you came here and built a temple. You don't need to site search here. You know what? You could pre-fort this for him to come over there and actually summon. Let's do that. Okay. We found a magic site. We found a charmed current for 1 water gem. Head up here. We searched and did not find. She's on auto search, so that's fine. We had 2 battles. Hunga bunga, we found them. That's right. Okay, soon, buddy, soon you will have the better script. I'm sorry, our research has been absolutely garbage. Ha, you thought he only had 2 heads? He actually has 10. Just absolutely ate some birdies. They literally shot a shrub to death. Ooh, an air elemental. Okay, we're all right. We're all right. We're not using iron skin. This is just random indies. Why do we have random indies with an air mage? Is this the cloud? Maybe we're in cloud, whatchamacallit. I actually see that province, and one of the rare provinces, probably the most commonly. I think it's Cloud Highlands. Build the ambers? I'm working on it. Nom nom nom. Okay, we're not going to catch that many more. And then our other battle. Okay, Kermode doing what he does best. Yeah, wait. We got anything else on our bless? No, still just have the strength. Okay, yeah, easy peasy. Okay, so you get some PD, you get some PD. I'm actually gonna have you. I want to take this, but I mean, these are so easy. I think I'm gonna have him take these. I have heat scales too, so as long as I keep it heated. It looks like Ermor had a rough start. Not the worst we've ever seen, because he had a bridge to get out, but looks like he's been kind of dumb. Wow. Apparently, JP, apparently. Okay, now over here, I'm hoping that we get some expansion, but relay candles, so I doubt it. We will just expand along here. If this doesn't come out, then we'll take the throne and we'll go from there. We have one fire gem. If I took everything that we have, I don't think I could empower and fire and then build a fire resist ring. At least not yet. A fire resist ring would make this very doable. I'm a little leery without that. We might need actually fight a throne. Okay, you built a temple here. Head over there, and then, yeah, we'll temple that. How did we not get this guy? Why did that guy not? Oh, shoot. Shoot. I didn't have the resources. Whoops. Okay, my bad. All right, start. Yeah, we couldn't afford it two anyway, so it's fine. Start the palisade. You attack that. You're attacking that. Amber's gonna roll fire. That's actually true. Very, very true. Okay, you've convinced me enough. Where's the safest place to build it? Probably on this one. 10%. I'm not sure I'm willing to fire a 10%. Okay, they're all the same mage. All right, I guess we'll try it. Fire shield down the throat. I mean, we'd have to empower our snake, our worm, to get fire shield. That would be possible, though. Yeah. I was more thinking fire resist so that we could take this throne. Very defendable for me. Because remember, I'm doing really well, but I'm a paper tiger. I have literally 2 armies. I guess we could say 3, although this is not really not combat capable yet. It's only turn 15. We're ripping through this one. We're absolutely ripping through this one. Yeah, you probably rolled like a defensive or passive AI, JB. Rhodius the Capricorn found a site. We like to hear that. Okay, we already have enough gems, so I'm actually going to pop over here early. So we need to build a lab. All right, and you need to build a lab. Okay, we had 2 fights. The AI in 6 is definitely an improvement over 5, but yeah, I agree. We still have a long ways to go. Making it so that you could assign pretenders to them easily or give them a reasonable, like, constricted random pretender would go a long ways. And then also spend a little time scripting some openers for them so that they can actually get out of their capitals. Once they get out and going, they're fine, but sometimes they just stupidly don't expand for no reason. You use the pretender mods, that definitely helps. Okay, I can't imagine we're gonna fail this. Oh, that was a smart one. Ate all the leadership. Nice. All right, what do we got here? I actually should also put those guys on hold. There's no reason I need to run forward. We don't have the undisciplined guys anymore. God, those lance charges. Oof. Let's fix that right now. So hold an attack closest. Yep. Okay, and then we will also... steel ovens! Gonna be totally irrelevant this game, but that's a very good sight. All right, go take the monkeys. Okay, we did not get lucky with a spread anywhere. I will take this throne. So we think there are militia, archers, and light infantry. I'm expecting a tier 1. I'm expecting it to be tier 1. That puts us at 7. Man. I don't think we could do this, though. I honestly don't. Even if we brought all of our troops here, our troops will just get gobbed. That'd cause an HP rout on double take. I don't think double take can do this unless we can get him a fire ring. With a fire ring, I'm pretty sure we can take that. So we're going to be rolling 10% chances on ambers, basically. If we get a fire, then we're golden. Okay, Purine is dumb. So literally every AI except for Olm has completely failed to expand. What a anticlimactic end here. You guys could have totally gone around it. I know it sucked, but you could have literally just gone around it. All right, well, it is what it is. Yeah, move here. Okay, this one has a netter of kings. Okay, this could be a tier 2. It's a titan. In fact, this could be a tier 3. It is a tier 2. It could be a tier 3. Cavemen, fire snakes, and fire drakes. So same problem. I still need fire resist if we want to do this. This guarantees this is basically a 2-pointer, though. Okay. Okay, I see you. All right, the Amber clans are looking more and more interesting. If we can get a fire, we can change some other stuff into fire gems. And with a... let me check, but I'm pretty certain just a ring of fire resistance would probably be enough for me. Yeah, 15 and 5 more from a self buff. Even just 15 was probably enough. And I would only need to get to construction 3. Let's do construction 3 first. Then we'll do temper flesh. Okay. Okay, we came over here to build a temple, but we're broke. You can site search. You came here and you needed a lab. Okay, that makes me sad. Okay, well, go ahead and search. Yeah, that makes me way too sad. Can I... who's doing what? Palisade I can't cancel. I could delay that. I could delay... okay. They're both going to have the same problem, so it's either or. All right, it's either or. Well, you could search this. It doesn't matter. It's the same difference. Okay, we have scouts in position for most of the thrones. There's also this, if somehow we could get our dominion here. I have a feeling we're going to struggle to do that. Although maybe we have Kermode like come next to it and preach. I keep reading this as sodden milk, and it keeps being, what the heck? Hey, Slice, how's it going, man? Not home from your Christmas trip and you got COVID? Oh, rip, man. I hope you're feeling better. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. If you convert a province with all the fire creatures into a water province, it'd put the fire out. Well, yeah, it would. It'd put most of them out, actually. Thanks, rough part is watching on my phone. I agree. It is hard to watch things on the phone. I tend to listen to things on my phone, not watch. The minion spread from all those thrones is going wild. I mean, we have a lot of places that are kind of low, but yeah, I agree. We're doing pretty good. We have a few temples up, but yeah, most of that is coming from the early thrones. I mean, remember, we've had this throne since turn... Let's see, we attacked it on turn 2, turn 3. So since turn 4, this has been churning out an extra candle every single turn. That's a lot of candles. That's already like 10 extra candles. Okay, enchant 3 is done. Boom. We found a magic site, a farm of plenty. Very nice. Build a lab. We searched giant spine, did not find. Okay. Construct a temple. There's a battle in the Hex Woods. I believe this is Kermode. Yep. Versus monkeys. If we lose this, I'm going to be so mad. Even the high defense Mercata cannot stand against our lances. I'm actually really liking this bless. This has worked out really well. So, 1 defense and stone or hard skin. That has worked out really well. We lucked into the extra strength, but that didn't really change anything. It's just a nice bonus. AI doesn't have enough provinces to temple spam. That also is helping us. Okay, Boar Woods, this is a throne battle. I feel like we're taking a victory lap tonight. Start the winner, quicken self. Nice. Okay, we did get everything off. Nom nom nom. I deserve. Yeah, I do after Friday, man. That wasn't so much like pure pain. It was just frustration more than anything else. I do think that game was winnable, though. I should have given up on most of the land sooner. I should have dug my heels in, like, to 1 province so that we could cast Lost Land and gone about it that way. Okay, Black Throne. Spreads diseases. Ew, gross. All right, well, we'll claim it anyways. He does not have recuperation, so we're praying he doesn't get a disease. Check the indies on the thing here. Nothing stellar. Just normal indies. Okay, and then what do we have? Light infantry. Yeah, I think we can just continue down the coast. Oh, look at that. Kermode got a cat's eye amulet. Dark vision, stealth boost. There you go. He is also famous. He has Iron Will. Known for his belief in Oceania when no one else believed. Okay, if we're gonna spam, we need more labs. You are the right guy, right? All right, 10% chance we get a fire. If we get a fire, we win. We just literally win because we're at 7 points and this should be a 3-pointer. I think I'm going to use the snake. We'll clean up what we can here and bide some time, and then we'll make a decision when we're out of expansion whether we're going to slink over here and try to grab some points, or if we have a fire. I could make, let's see, how much would it cost me? So we need 50 gems. No shot we have 50 gems. That would be 15. Let's call that 15. So that'd be 30 pearls. We would need, we would need like 100 pearls. Yeah, we're nowhere close to being able to do Empower. Meanwhile, if we could get a fire, we only need five fire gems to make the ring. Why not fluff him? We could fluff him too, but the resist spell's only 5. He needs more than 5 for what's on that throne. Hey, they expanded again. Nice. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, you are going to be building a palisade there. You are going to ritual grow a fortress. You build me a cheap lab. Yeah, you're building your lab this turn, right? And then next turn, we're not going to quite be able to afford it, but close. I may make a couple nature gems just to speed that up. We'll see. You're claiming. If anyone hasn't declared on me, they definitely will soon, because that's going to put us at 7 points. Okay, here. We can't even afford a mage. That's a little painful. Honestly, I think I'm going to save the money for 1 turn. Blood Sabbaths. Do we have any Astral Mages? No, we do not. Oh, script. Okay, no more Blurred Body. Instead, Shroud of Bewilderment, and that is really important to me. So, Stone Skin, Shroud of Bewilderment, Breath of Winter, Quicken Self, Mirror Image. Yep. And then when we get to Alt 4, we will switch out for Iron Skin, assuming there's no lightning, and Temper Flesh. And then his scripting will be complete. Okay, what else? We can empower a bunch of guys in blood. It's still 50 blood slaves to empower 1 guy. So don't think that we're that close. Bogaton and the Depths. Bogaton and the Depths. Yeah, Bogaton. I assume this one. Yeah, the below. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely could. We definitely could. Okay, we got the throne. Did we get a disease? We didn't. All right, let's go here. God, we're so close to this one, too. Oh, is he thinking about trying to get on land? He's definitely going to declare on me. That actually will be a little annoying. All right, go here. You know what? No, let's go here. Let's really try to force this. Let's try to force this. All I need is 1 candle for 1 turn and we can take this. Well, probably. I haven't seen what's there, but we probably can take it. Okay, you come over here. Okay, we need 4 nature gems. I am going to alchemy those so that we can get the next fort up. Because we need money. Oops. Because we need money if we're going to try to spam ambers. So grow fortress. Without rushing for Mother Oak, this is about as good as we could have done. That turn where we found 4 nature income was incredible. Okay, so we have our thing up. We have all the infrastructure here. You could site search. You can go to research. Or you could temple. You know what? I think it would be better to temple. I'm just evaluating. Well, no, if we're going to get the fire ring, we need to get to construction 3. No, you should start researching. Okay, you... I guess just go keep an eye for when he finally figures out how to get across the bridge. I'm sure at some point he'll figure it out, right? And you're going to go build another amber. Yeah, get me that on repeat. But yeah, okay. Well, victory lap is a victory lap, I suppose. Tea ready here. Okay, one of our constructions done. We grow another fortress. Cha-ching. You've already site searched this. Go site search the throne. You. Ah, one enemy candle. We hate that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you build a temple here. We're going to have you build a temple here. You can site search. Hey, this is such an easy throne, too. Well, you know what? You know what? What if we brought the dream team together and we actually just do this? That'll be fine. They don't have Pegasi. And if they don't have Pegasus, I'm not so concerned. Yeah. And we'll put you on attack rear. Actually, no. Still do closest. All right. I'm going to PD this harder because I think he's going to declare on me. And I don't want him to be able to get here until this finishes. Although I guess it's one turn out. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit dangerous because we're going to be 5 lower on protection. But I think we're okay with all of our other defensive layers we have now. And just enough left for another lab. Boo. Okay, we did not hit the 10%. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but, you know, greed and all that. All right, you are looking for more nature gems. Have the guy in Shadowland. 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 I'm apparently too blind. The waste. Thank you. Lab it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Deal. Yep. Yep. So I'm still gonna site search that on the way. Yeah, I do. It is important, even though our forts are kind of crap, it is important to at least slow them down with a speed bump. All right, do it. He has recoup anyways. I do not have recoup. We have regen, but not recoup. And we have affliction resist, but not healing. No, we do not get recoup, unfortunately. Okay, so with stone skin, but without hard skin, we're only at 21. And 21... Oh, the Ichthid are... I gotcha. I thought you were talking about our god here. 21 is definitely not safe. But that's why I was like, well, if we have other people to help. And they're in the cold, so... Look at that. 6 encumbrance. They're going to fatigue out pretty quick in combat. Come on, buddy. Hurry. I'm pretty certain we win this. We have, like, super experienced troops. One of the other benefits of recuperation, you don't have your sacreds attrit out so fast. Mirror image is up. And we're off to the races. Oh, we even get in. Nice. Nibble, nibble. So we have... Yeah, you already saw a bunch of people blink. So we have... Does it show a buffer? Crown of Bewilderment? I guess it doesn't. But every time they're blinking, that's Crown of Bewilderment stuff going off. So they're walking around randomly, they're attacking each other, they're losing turns. Between that and the cold, this is very powerful. The only thing where I think the nature is better is if you are taking big hits. So like if you were fighting like a giant, it might be more important that we could do big regens. Yeah, we dominated that. Very nice. The Winter Throne. Weirdly enough, it heals units and it doesn't actually make things cool. Or excuse me, White Throne has healing. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, why doesn't that have any cold on it? All right, Kermode. Why don't you claim that? It's a little gauche claiming your own throne, you know. We'll head that way now. That puts us at 8. Yeah, that puts us at 8. We don't know what these two are. Although I said this one was probably a tier 2 or 3, but it had a bunch of fire on it. This one, it's about a 50-50 which throne it would be. And this one is not in my dominion. I really want to be able to do this. Okay, here. Start in on the mages. Okay, 50. Yeah, we are nowhere close to being able to do that. Let me just double check. I'm not missing an item that we can craft that has fire resist and doesn't need fire. I'm trying to rack my brain and I'm not coming up with anything. Doesn't need fire and gives fire resist. And it also needs to be about probably construction 3. None of those are going to give resists. None of those are going to give resist. Oops, misclick. Yeah, none of this is going to give resists. Yeah, nothing like that low of level. Okay, you. Temple. Okay. A hat, maybe? Yeah, I need an item that gives me like 15, and then we could self-buff for 5 if we felt like it. Okay, so if that's not going to work out, let's just assume that it's not. Okay, there's no thrones here. Fighting in his dominion is a no-go. It really is this throne. That one was the Ananuki. Hold on, where did I send that scout? Give me another scout. I gotta go look at that again. I think this is the win, unless we can get the fire for here. We do have Dominion here, though. Let me think about this. Shades. The Breath of Winter wouldn't do anything. What would we do to take this throne? They could lose some strength, but the strength won't matter if that's the win. Yeah, if that's the win, it won't matter. What else could we get? We could grab Dance of Ephemeral Swords. That would help us against them somewhat. It's magic resistance, though, and they have pretty good resistance. I'm not going to be able to fear them, so we would have to chew our way through here until the Alutu, the Anunnaki of the underworld, retreats. It maxes out at 5, though, so it's kind of whatever. All right, Owen, have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. Any crowns? We could build ourselves Earth crowns, but the only one that comes to mind to me is, I guess, Crown of Lead would give magic resist, which isn't terrible. We probably will build a couple of those. We're working on construction 3. We'll get it this turn. Okay, let's continue putting brain power into this while I continue the turns. Yeah, we have such bad... We literally make palisades, and that is it. It's kind of a big womp womp. Okay, we also could fort this, and I see I have a neighbor over here, so let's up that PD a little. They're going to declare on me. I can't imagine they won't now that we have a border. I'm actually shocked he hasn't. God, I so want to do this, but I just don't. I don't see the way through. Okay, Mr. Scout. You can head over here because we're going to want to build a fort on that too. Search. 2 crowns of lead, the double bracer I don't believe stacks. I don't know if double crowns do, but I'm gonna guess they don't. I mean, it would give me the protection, but I don't think you would get double the magic resist. All right, let's run it. I think we're shooting for that 10% chance that we're gonna get a fire guy. All right, build me a lab here. No go there. Double water, so we could cold bolt into this. I mean, we also could conventionally attack this. Our sacreds are pretty good. Pretty good. And do we have a big... Yeah, we could go for fire-resistant warriors. It would help, but it wouldn't solve the problem for our sacreds. And then a bunch of water 2s spamming cold bolt, I guess. Could do it, maybe. All right, you need a lab, but we're broke. Okay. Chill here for a turn. Okay, you claimed that. Go ahead and keep going. Yeah, so snake to here, snake to there. I'm heading towards this throne because I think this might be doable. At least more doable than the other one if we can't get the fire resist. I need to see it again, though. I think it had fire drakes. Fire drakes hurt, but it would clear out their own troops, too, so it's not as bad as it otherwise might sound. Ooh. You guys should fight. That'd be cool. Okay, you search that. Head over there. Okay, keep searching. Word got out to the last nation he needs to do. We were at 90 watchers. Yeah, we hit 100 very briefly. It's also kind of a weird night. This is not normal Dominions night, so pretty good, pretty good. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna kind of quick turn here if I can. If we got really desperate, we could lost land. We could, but we have 132 research. It's thousands of research to Evo 9. Like, we could, but we would probably be better off just assaulting this in that amount of time. Okay, we'll grab that. Head up this way. We do have a lot of candles here, which will also help our HP. Yeah, look at that, 258. I just don't think we can do that. I really, really don't. Okay, we do have some construction. Let's see if there's anything that catches my eye. No on any of these. We don't have feet. It's going to be a lead crown. Yeah, no on any of that. Water guy. Don't need. No crowns. Astral has crowns, but I don't have any astral. Okay, I think he might need to take a pit stop at home if we need that. Okay, either way, I want to go here. We could either go home and do some quick crafting. Oh, actually, we could just move up here to craft. And you zip over there. Okay, you. Okay, I want to start a palisade here, but I think this is more Well, no, this is more important. Get that started. Oh, they managed to push it off here. Barely. You are also waiting. This poor guy. Site search. We also could get Murdering Winter up, and maybe we could use that to help lower this down some. It could be something. Site search. Okay, we are too broke. Okay, I think I would rather recruit these guys because we're fishing for that fire. It's only a 10% chance, though, so I would never rely on that. Reina Evo 3? Yeah, Rain would definitely help. It would help, but it's not going to change the fire snakes. That's what I'm worried about on this one. And actually, weirdly enough, the Scorpion's a little bit too. It's the poison. They actually hit hard enough with that poison that I'm a little concerned. Now, we could make a poison resist item. What would we get? It would be this. Yeah, this would basically make us immune to it. Now, there's no reason not to just put that in there in case in case of emergency. That would give us like 45 poison resistance, essentially immune. If we had that plus the fire ring. That's true. That's true. Somebody convinced me to take heat. Axe. Yeah, I think this is probably the better one. We'll see for sure here in a second. All right, let's do. All right, Alt 3 done. That does up our script. So now instead of stone skin, we would prefer when there's no lightning. Yeah, fire resistance is still 2. We would prefer to do iron skin. That makes us ever so slightly stronger. Yeah, either way, I think we're heading to here to craft. I'm pretty sure we can attack this throne even if it's not in our dominion. These guys are light enough and my magic is good enough that we can do it. Actually, we don't, well, again, I don't need to decide now. We might go here if we're going to go that way. We're going to go here if we're going to go here. Okay, Claymen. Okay, Cavemen hit hard enough, but they have low magic resistance. I'm not actually that concerned about the Cavemen. Claymen will do nothing. Fire snakes and fire drakes are the danger here. This one does look easier than that other throne, though. I am going to sacrifice you, and let's see. All right, you going to go attack that. Okay, we did get that under control. I'm just waiting for these guys to pounce on these thrones that aren't defended. So I'm a little... Oh, you got a disease. Oh, no. Little lab. We'll get you out of here, little buddy. And you search. Okay, you go back on auto search. Okay, no fire, no fire, no fire. Go there. Chill. Ternanog fail. Yeah, whatever. Literally, like every AI failed in this game. I have no idea why. I mean, Relay, I know why they failed. Nobody else has an excuse, though. Yeah, this was, I guess, just a victory lap, like I said. It's all right. It's how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you get RNG, and sometimes you don't. Thath Throne has a monolith. I don't know what Thath is. Screen grab the throne battle? Let's see. Oh, the one next to Ermor, gotcha. Okay, so like I said, these guys, they don't hit that hard. It is armor piercing, but they don't hit that hard when we're going to be rocking like 28, 29 protection. And they're going to help clear these guys out, even with their 5 fire protection. With the bewilderment, with the cold, if we wait a second and get temper flesh, that'll help protect us from the clubs. That won't be so bad. I think this is infinitely more doable than the other one. It isn't a guarantee, though. That definitely still has some... It was Thoth. I can pull him up here in a second. I'm sure it's going to be Astral and probably Earth, if I had to guess. Watch, we'll get Gift from Heaven. Well, Sacred's doing some work. All right, I want you to go there. Okay, by popular demand. Oh, yeah, true. You can't cast Meteor Underground, suckers. Of course he has fire, jerk. He'll probably end up dropping acid on me in one form or the other, or spamming Geyser or something stupid. He has a frost resist ring and some strength boots. Show off having feet. He may soul slay, he may paralyze or mind burn. Most AIs will just run forward. I'm feeling this one. I am feeling it. Okay, we did not luck out. Either way, let's stop here and do a little crafting. Okay, you are now ready to ritual a fortress. We've gotten really good use out of that this game. And then you're going to run over here and set him up to do another one. 3 months remaining. Let's actually get you started. I doubt this one will ever be in danger, but better safe than sorry. The AI loves to have like one random set of skeletons they summoned come take stuff. Okay, searching. You can enslave the snakes and drakes and scorpions on the other throne. I mean, in theory, but we would only get a few casts per caster, and we would need infinitely more casters than we have. I'm really hoping we just luck into a fire, but I mean, so far we're 0 for 6 on that. Not a single 10%er hit. Because not only do we have to hit the 10%, we also have to hit the fire. Okay, Grow Fortress. We search for magic sites. Unexpected event. 4 air gems. Oh, man. Should have been fire. There you go. Better than nothing. Okay, then you're heading this way. Dominion is looking pretty healthy. Oh, baby. We're in. We're in. All right, immediately. We got the fire. Everything's coming up, Babel. Alchemy. We need 5 fire gems. This guy would also, you'd have to empower him, but it's actually cheaper to go from 1 to 2. You could make Rune Smashers, and Rune Smashers are really good for Liquefy Body, which is nature and water, and it's good for like charm spells, like we were just talking about. Forge, Fire Ring. Okay, we're in, boys. Okay, with the Fire Ring, what else are we going to do? And it's probably Bracers of Protection. 2 and 2. And it gives 2 defense, actually. We're actually kind of getting his defense high enough that it actually might matter. And then we would need 2 crowns if we want to go all in. I don't know if we do. But we'll go ahead and we'll forge the bracers. So bracers fire resist ring. And then if we have the time, we could do 2 crowns. Actually, hold on. Can you do anything? I didn't think about glamour crowns. No grammar crowns. Yeah, we don't have any of those. We don't speak good. Water breathing, don't need. Pendant of luck. I hope we don't get to the point that we need luck on our pretender. Missile protection in any other age, that would be vital. We're okay here. Levitation. He didn't have earth, so he's not going to earthquake. Yeah. Okay, I think those 2 items and we got it. I think those 2 items and we got it. I'm pretty confident in that fight. Especially with the ring. But never be too cocky. Continue to play as if you're not about to win. Because we've had some heartbreakers where I thought I had won and then we didn't. Like, this could just pop up and grab that throne from me. So that could happen. And in fact, let's discourage that from happening. Also, we finally have some money. Let's get a couple more big boys on the off chance that we have to fight this throne. I don't hate the idea. We could earthquake. Yeah, but can you hit yourself with the earthquake, the underground boost? That would make me very worried. And we don't have the research anyways. My research has been crap this game. We've had nations that, like, what are we up to? Then again, I guess I'm being hard on us. We're only on turn 25. Like, this has been a pretty fast win, in all honesty. Yeah, we could do that, but we don't have anywhere near the research for earthquake, so that's a moot point. Let's roll it. I can't believe we actually hit a 10%. I figured we'd finish the game and still not have that. 4 nature gems. Finished alteration and started some conj. I should have queued something, although conj is fine. If we weren't going to win, what would I do? If we wanted to go for the charm animal, yeah, this affects 1. Is it Beastmaster? Yeah, it's all the way to Beast Mastery to do the battlefield wide one, Andrew. So it would have the same problem as Lost Lands. That is thousands of research, and we're making like 150 research. So that wouldn't happen. We could maybe get to the 5. Like, that might be doable. But, I mean, it's slow. We could cast it forever. So every one of our Ictisator guys could cast this 5 times, but that's only 5 of them. And there's like 40 of them. It's fine. I actually love theory crafting, so it doesn't bother me, Shinosuke. Sub 3 hour? No. We're like almost 3.5 hours. We're not breaking any records here, although still a good time. Okay, now the only question is it worth my time to get headpieces? The only crowns I can make are either an ivy crown, forge, or a lead crown. You know what? We're not in a rush. Let's play it a little safer. It's no thing. Let's just forge it. You don't even give protection. Rip. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let me double check this. Do you give protection? I thought they all did. Yeah, you actually do give protection. Okay, did I misread that, or am I hyper sane right now? Yeah, you don't give any protection. I always figured it did something. Yeah, some crowns don't. Yeah, apparently we found one. Okay, I will get the 1. He does have Astral, and like I said, what are the odds that Babel gets Soul Slayed or something? That would be absolutely insane. So, we will take the crown. There's no reason not to. Do we have any other magic that I could look at? Fire. I don't think you do, but yeah. This is not a crown, so I can't wear it. Yeah, there's just nothing. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let's move him into the capital for safekeeping. Site search. You need to build... Nope, you need to build a lab. Okay, Kermode came here to pick up some fools. All the fools. And split them in half. Oh, that was pretty fail. Okay, well, that wasn't a perfect split. There we go. And let's go double line. And hold an attack closest. All right, and I think we're going to deploy Kermode over here just to safeguard our interests. Okay, good. I was also kind of waiting for a candle to spread. Okay, forging the crown. Go. No research. That's bad. Honestly, tier 5 or 6. 6 for Bishop Fish, 5 for Voice of Tiamat. Man, we didn't even get to Voice of Tiamat. That's how fast this has been going. Holy moly. Turn 26. We're going to win by 30. Are we cycling through the skipped water nations? Yeah, bah. Yeah. We did Pelagia on Friday, and this is the last nation I have not streamed. So we will have streamed every single Dominion's nation and pre-gamed every single nation. I really wanted to be able to say that on New Year's when we do our tier list. So here we are. How's the snake forging? He has no arms. Ooh. I must forge magical items, but I have no arms. Good short light novel title. I like it. Very snake-like. Yeah, never trust a snake. That's for sure. Had a few rattlesnakes around here the last couple years, which I hadn't seen in like 2 decades. That makes me think that there must be an increase in mice if those are coming back. I don't like either option. I like the snakes less than the mice, and I don't like mice. Okay, concentration done. Search for sites. Unexpected event. 7 astral pearls. Construction of a palisades complete. Good job, buddy. There's really not much for you to do. I don't know. Go sit on that throne. And here, give me a leader, and I will get some troops to staff that. That's the most vulnerable throne we have by far. No, I want you to ritual, grow fortress, and you know what? We will build a temple over here. Okay, you can do some research. Hop over there. Actually, hop down there. All right, double take. There's your crown. They have to share. He gets it on Mondays and he gets it on Tuesdays, and then they rotate. Mom said. All right, down we go. You caught your dogs playing with a baby copperhead once? Oh, yikes. Yeah, when I was young, we used to have a lot more rattlesnakes around here, but housing has encroached, and so there's a lot less. Okay, next we go. Yeah, I don't care for poisonous things, not in the slightest. So for where I live, it's rattlesnakes and black widows, and that's really the only 2 things. Zerfovale, are you winning? Yes. Yes, we are. And it's less that we're winning and the AI is losing, if I had to be honest. I don't know what happened, but my AI went brain dead on this one. What are the Friday plans for 2026 now that we've conquered Dom? I imagine there will be some Dom. I don't know if it's going to be on Fridays. I've floated ideas a couple times, so I won't repeat here. But honestly, it's going to let us get through some other pretty big games too. Because Fridays and Sundays are kind of the 2 days I can really put time in. So I haven't decided yet, but for the immediate future, I'm thinking it's going to be Terra Invicta, but don't quote me on that yet. I don't have 100% lockdown on that. We've got a whole bunch of big titles coming out. We have the early access for Minas. I think it's also like January 5th or 6th, so I've got to do a little bit of that. We have Terra Invicta, which we just started yesterday, and we're going to continue tomorrow, but that's going to be like a 100-hour campaign, and we're 7 hours in. And on the 22nd, Infield comes out. So when Infield comes out, that is going to prioritize for a few days, and I'll just run through the story, and then I don't know if we'll do any more on stream. I enjoy those type of games, but most of the channel does not. So sometimes I have to do things for my own passion, but I also just need to be realistic about making content that people want to watch. Yeah, Song of Six is another one on the short list. What happened to Song of Six? Scheduling happened to Song of Six. I needed to finish Final Fantasy Tactics while I was on break, and I got through it a lot faster than I thought I was going to. And then I wanted to start Terra Invicta because I have early access to it, so it would be foolish for me not to take advantage of that. You know, that's, again, behind the curtain things. It really, really is hard when other people get early access to big releases and you don't, because everyone watches the other content that comes out first. Like, there is a first to market advantage. So when I do get that opportunity, I need to take it. And hopefully I can build some relationships with those companies and be able to move things forward with that. And then, yeah, Songs of Six, I really enjoyed it. It may come back as a video release instead of a stream. That also might be a possibility. Or either way, it's coming back. I really enjoyed it and people enjoyed watching it, so I definitely will do more. Yeah, well, it's okay. Like I said, I don't feel bad when we have an easy win because I play the hard wins too. CEA Satis, CEA Kalisa, you know, I play the hards and the easies, so it's okay if I get an easy one once in a while too. Plus, it's a little easier for me to pay attention to chat. Okay, 300 enemies, cavemen, claymen, snakes, fire drakes. So worst case scenario, the fire gets us. Do we change our script? We could drop mirror image for fire resist, but here's the thing. Am I more scared of fire, or am I more scared of getting bonked on the head for, what are those clubs? 28 damage clubs? That's the question. The fire is likely to hit me. Very likely to hit me. We have 12 defense. It'll go up a little bit when we have quickness, so that'll be 13 defense. Oh, temper flesh. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. Hold on. We got a couple things. No, it's, yeah, never mind. Not even a question. It's temper flesh. Yep. I kept talking about it, but when we finally got it, I didn't do it. Okay, Iron Skin is by far the most important. Temper Flesh is the second most important. That's not going to help against the fire damage. Shroud of Bewilderment will keep us pretty safe from the cavemen. Breath of Winter, kind of ditto. And Quicken Self, if we have to chew through things, 2 high-quality attacks are not as good as 4 high-quality attacks. Yeah, it's 28 plus 2d6. You are correct. But our defense is going to be 28 plus 2d6, or give or take. Snake Bite is AP. Yes, it is. But the Snake Bite isn't hitting for 28. If we die, all of these guys will take probably 5-ish turns to call us back. In that amount of time, we probably have enough units that we could try this, or if we weaken that, we just run back down there and finish it. I'm pretty confident. I would say on the scale of confidence, I'm at like an 8, a 7 or an 8 that we can do this. Then again, like we said, you know, RNG is RNG. Random peasant could stab us in the eye and it goes into our brain and we die. No bless if you die. True, but I would just summon us back before we would make the assault. I'm just saying we would have a bunch more sacreds that we could send into that fight. This is the middle-aged Pelagia stream. Yeah, it goes to show how different the difficulty is based on throne placement. I mean, the AI is kind of dumb in this one too, but middle-aged Pelagia had the same thing. We got super lucky on thrones. And I even made that stream harder because I tried to do a war that I thought was going to be easy, and it turned out not to be. ADS says, Terra Invicta is awesome. Let's see how your tactics worked in that one. The long campaign doesn't have much interest in me since watching Perun beat it so many times. I had a really enjoyable stream yesterday. I accidentally streamed for 7 hours. People had to like beg me to stop. I was having way too much fun. We'll see. The furthest I've gotten in Terra Invicta is I've gotten 2 space and I have downed a spacecraft, but I have not really got further than that. So it'll go well until that point, and then who knows what will happen, basically. Noblesse if you die. Accidentally. Yeah, well, yeah. I was really feeling it in my voice. When I choked briefly on some tea, for whatever reason, whenever I do that, it really rips my vocal cords. I'm always trying to be really careful not to do that. You get like a drop of liquid on your vocal cords and it just dies. I don't know. J-Rob says, I hope the AI gets better next iteration. Teach them a few things. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. They really should be able to reliably get out of their capital. It's shameful that they can't. And they definitely wouldn't on normal. We had to move up to difficult AI when we went to middle age because we realized the AI literally couldn't expand as a normal AI. Okay, let's do this. I'm delaying here. I'm pretty certain we're okay. All right, you're gonna wait inside with those troops. You summoned a fortress. You can search. You can search. I will temple spam a little bit. We might dom kill somebody if they're unlucky. They did okay. They got there. They were a little slow, but they got there. This would actually have been a really, really good Ulm start. Mountains means you can recruit mountain warriors without building. Ditto for the forests, and we actually had more mountains here. Yeah, I would probably have slow rolled a fort, and I would have probably rushed somebody if I could have. Like, they should have rushed them, in all honesty. Because that's just so many non-fort recruits. Okay, here we go. Let's really, really, really hope that I didn't miscalculate this. That's because tea is direct. It'll happen on any liquid. I just happen to drink tea. I don't know. Do you guys ever do that where you kind of get something like on your vocal cords? I don't know. It causes a lot of pain for me. Tea definitely keeps me relatively hydrated, so it works for me. I mean, water would be better, but I basically drink nothing but water and tea, and sometimes a glass of milk if I'm having dinner and it sounds good. So I gave up soda years ago, and I don't drink very often. So, you know, that's what I got. Okay, here we go. No whammies, no whammies. Big Snake wins. Finished conjuration. We found 2 sites. Grove of Evergreens and gem deposits. 1 nature gem. Cool. Didn't find any. And we had a battle. No spoilers. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I think these guys are going to end up killing a bunch of the cavemen, and that's going to cause an HP rout because they have a decent amount of HP. Unless we get absolutely unlucky on getting bonked like 10 times in a row. 194 HP. Shroud of Bewilderment is up, and they only have 8 magic resistant. So I think they're going to bonk each other and end up killing each other off. Breath of Winter, not too good against the cavemen because they have, it is fire and cold, right? Yeah, fire and cold resist. All right. Let's slow-mo it. Okay, a couple little bonks. Okay, very doable if that's all they want to do. Every flash that we get is Shroud of Bewilderment saving us a swing. It's berserking a few of them. That's not my favorite. Well, actually, maybe that's not berserk. Maybe that's just indicating that they're bewildered. Okay, fear is also still going, so of course, yep, some of them are already going. Excellent. Okay, the first hurdle has been cleared. Okay, what does the magic resist on a snake? Okay, very unlikely that Shroud of Bewilderment is going to help because they have 19 magic resist, but our Breath of Winter should help some on these guys. We did not get any use out of the Fire Drakes helping me clear, though. Okay, so far they're hitting me and not dealing damage. Let's get into those. Hits with a melee attack, Fire Flare for 0 damage. Damage roll -8. How did you do that? Excuse me? How are you doing -8? I literally don't know how you're getting -8 on your rolls. It's not temper comes later in the equation, so it's not temper flesh. I have literally no idea. Okay, so it's the venomous fangs. You shouldn't have a 0, though. Oh, no, never mind. You have -2 damage on that. I don't know if I've ever seen a negative number as the first part of that equation. I don't know why it's doing that. We poisoned them. Wow. Look at me. I am the snake now. Okay, these idiots arrived too late. I don't think that they're actually going to hurt me much. Yeah, we're not full, but we've only taken a handful of hits. I do wish he would go away, just so we don't have that oops moment. Okay, we're hovering at 175. Okay, 179. I believe that was our max, was 179. We could have also waited for more candles. We could have had about another 50 HP if we wanted to preach up the candles or whatnot here. That would have involved bringing Kermode, though. He would have had to kind of be in charge of that, because we only have, I guess we have a Holy 2 if we get him out of the water. Okay, I don't love that he has Astral Shield up. Okay, 9 damage. We're still basically at full. Astral Shield means I need to make a magic save to not get stunned. If we get stunned, that could be pretty bad. We could get a bunch of armor defeating hits on us in rapid succession. Okay, we just nabbed him for a bunch of damage. Let's see. Okay, so he hit us in the head for 9 damage. That was him with his magic staff. Damage roll 43 plus 8 versus 29 plus 4. And it's increased due to blunt to the head. Oh no, blunt damage. What? Okay, we got nipped for... No, we nipped him for 9 damage with Venomous Fangs. And then our Death Poison went off for 33 damage. Yeah, we like Death Poison. The worm usually kills things, so we don't get to see a lot of his poison. But when it works, man, it works. This is why I think this is one of the best monster chassis, in all honesty. The non-specialized ones, at least. Generic. That's very respectable. So we dealt 42 damage on that one swing, essentially. And then we swung a second time, and we did 54 damage. So, yeah. Yeah, the poison's pretty good, eh? Okay, and here's us resisting... Yeah, these are us resisting the Astral Shield. I am glad we built that extra +1 magic resist, even if it hasn't been relevant yet. Worm was hit by the Fire Shield. I still don't understand why they're getting this -8. I don't know what that is. Something we have on, obviously. Is it somehow calculating the tempered flesh weird? I thought it was you figured out your final damage and then you halved it. Oh, fire resist. Yes, Axe is right. Fire resist. Resists are really weird. You take a percentage first and then you subtract the number. So we have 20 fire resist. So we take 20% of the fire off and then we subtract 20. That must be what's going on. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now it makes sense. I was pretty baffled there. We don't normally run around with this much resist, at least not in battles I'm paying this close of attention to. Okay, I don't want to get cocky, but we're at full HP, and we haven't been paralyzed, so I'm feeling pretty good. Worm hit with Venomous Fangs for 14. We got 36 Death Poison. We've dealt... How much HP did this guy have? Oh, some of these... No, that is hit. I am looking at his combat log, though. How are you taking this much damage? How are you still alive? I'm not sure how you are still alive. Maybe I'm overestimating the damage we did, but I feel like we've dealt like 150 damage. Maybe some of those numbers are popping up from behind him or in front of him, and maybe my brain's just attributing. And we just literally straight up killed him. And then everybody dissolves? Do you guys have any other leadership? They do. One caveman. He none holding up the fort. Yehemon held. I love stuff like that. Literally watched God get killed before he decided it was time to go. Yeah, that's true. The poison is a tick over time. I guess he was already dead and he just didn't know it. What is the famous one? Shiniwa, whatever the phrase is. You're already dead. He had faith. He had his faith until his face was misplaced. He should have believed in a giant two-headed snake. That's what I did. The builders backed the right two-headed snake. That's all I'm saying. All right, and for whatever reason, these just haven't dissolved yet. Fists of the North Star. Yep, that is the reference. I've never actually watched that. I really should. Omewa Shindaru. Thank you. Rune Knight's got my back. Donnie? Yeah, I haven't had any time to watch any anime in ages. I legitimately think the last thing I had time to watch was Space Brothers. So it has been a few years. P.S. Bring back another season of Space Brothers. Okay, well, good. We survived. I didn't clinch very hard, so I must not have been too worried about that. What was it? It was the Throne of Misfortune. Of course it was. Okay, that is 10 points for the win, as long as we don't lose a throne. You have a fort, so even if they attack, they have to spend one turn breaking the fort, so they cannot do it. Nobody is adjacent, but I have it forted. Okay, this could get attacked. I'll PD dump it. And everything else, I guess this could be too. Okay, hang on. Let's not dump that hard. So I can dump a little more here. We only had 11 on that. Oops. Boy, that goes to show. Look at that. I took 10 off of that throne, and I put 40 of it on here. Good way to show how much this cost scales. Black, white, fortune, and misfortune. Balanced as all things should be. Yin and yang. That's right. Want me to play some more wushu games. Some cultivation games. You can research for your last turn. You can build a temple. We don't have the money. Okay, I'll tell you what, buddy. You can site search. There you go. Steel ovens, we didn't find anything. And go. Victory. I'm a little disappointed the AI did so bad. It would have been more fun if the AI hadn't been dumb. I don't know. Maybe we should have re-rolled Relay out of there. But like I said, I play the hard ones. I deserve an easy one once in a while. I'm more disappointed in these idiots. Like, what were you guys doing? We basically just indied this game for all intensive purposes. So a little on the fail side, but Water Nations, I mean, it's always going to be a little weird on that, I suppose. So it is what it is on that. The wheel turns. Well, we got at least one more turn on, was it Wednesday for New Year's, Andrew? So I mentioned before, but I'm going to keep self-advertising. We are going to do the late age tier list on New Year's, so Wednesday. I think it's going to be a 6 p.m. start, which is what I've normally been starting at on Fridays. I figured just in case people are working, let's give the most people time, the people who usually make it to streams, to be able to make it there. I assume we're going to go on for a few hours, nothing too crazy. Should be pretty fun. Bring your opinions, especially if you can back them up with some facts and logic about where we should put the nations. We've got 31 nations that need to go on that tier list, so should be pretty fun. Tomorrow, we're going to do some more Terra Invicta. I don't imagine that I'm going to do another 7-hour stream, but who knows? Maybe I won't be able to control myself. And then I probably will maybe take Thursday off. I literally streamed almost every day on my break, so maybe I should just actually play something for fun or do grocery shopping, or I don't know. Maybe I'll do it, or maybe I'm just going to play Terra Invicta, if I'm honest. And then I don't 100% know what we're going to do on Friday. Good chance it's Terra Invicta. That is going to kind of be my primary for a couple streams, because like I mentioned, we have Minas coming, and that's going to get in there at least a little bit too. So especially in this weird transition time for the channel, I appreciate everyone's support. As mentioned, there will be a little bit more Dominion stuff coming, but if nothing else, I'm going to take a little bit of a brain break and refresh myself on that. We will be trying out Conquest of Elysium. I don't know when. I have literally like 20 games installed that I want to show off, much less a whole bunch more in the backlog that I would like to do. So no fears of me running out of things I want to do. My fear is that you guys won't be interested. So if you see stuff that you like, make sure to put a like on it. Make sure to throw a comment. I mean, you literally will help steer the direction that the channel goes by what is getting supported. So yeah, we got tons more to do. We're not going to run out of that. So yeah, it should be a fun time. It'll be interesting to see how we do. Hopefully I can maintain people's interest. I really hope to have everyone, and we can share some other games. We also have Shadow Empire. There's been no post from Vic for like a month. I'm really hoping his next post is an announcement of release. I'm very hopeful that Shadow Empires is coming soon. So we got all kinds of stuff coming along. End of an era. Yeah. Now, nobody can say there's a nation that doesn't have a YouTube video. Even if it's my crappiest video, it at least should teach you something. So there is that. I feel very accomplished. It's weird when you finish a project like that. You almost feel a sense of loss, if that makes any sense. I don't know. We'll talk about it on New Year's when I'm in the mood. Cheers, Babel, says Tamp. Thank you very much. I have plans for the late age tier list. Well, you're welcome on in. I really hope I can get a lot of people. If nothing else, come celebrate the end, even if you're never going to watch me again. I hope to see all the usual faces. Big celebration party. Now win a game with EA Pelagia. Maybe we'll circle back to that, but I need to have some grieving time before we do that. Next time I try to do EA Pelagia, though, I think I'm going to try to set myself up for Lost Land a lot harder than we did last time. Or Wish. That is the other option. Wish is probably their better strategy because I don't have to be out of the ocean to do it. The way I stream, though, Wish is kind of out of reach usually. I want more, but well, tell Illwinter to release a new nation, and I will be back. So yeah, like I said, I'm not bored of Dominions. I just feel like we've completed what I set out to do. So the ball is in your court, Illwinter. Wish Farm is good, but it can be, well, it's also boring because I would just sit there and Pearl Farm all game. So I don't know. It's always a balance of like trying to make a stream entertaining and show off something we didn't do. Just the fact that I did Worm twice in a row kind of makes me feel bad, but it is what it is. I didn't make these nations. Illwinter, please improve these two nations. They really, really could use it. Okay, well, I'm going to save my voice because, like I mentioned, we got a couple more streams coming up in rapid fire. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. A huge thank you to those of you who super chatted or gifted some memberships or watched an ad or just hung out and was cool. I look forward to it. I really enjoy streaming with you guys. It's like sitting on the couch with your friends playing games when you were a kid. So, yeah, thank you guys for making it an enjoyable experience. All right, guys, have a great one. Hopefully your Tuesday's all right. I look forward especially to seeing you on Wednesday, but any stream that I see you is a good stream. All right, guys, have a great evening. Babble out.